Carlos Estevez trade. I know that George Clausen hasn't been a big league product yet, but I thought it was a good return along with Sam Aldegheri. On that note, this year I just don't know what they're going to do. I think I mentioned it. I was calling Jared on my way down to Angel Stadium on Tuesday, talking to him, and I telling him, hey, I got to go talk to Taylor Ward because he might be on the move. And we talked to Kenley Jansen after the game, and he might be on the move, and he's the one that says I don't want to. I want to be a part of rebuilding this franchise and everything. So I just don't know. I think the Angels are playing it game by game, and right now they're running off of a loss. They're 4 games out of a wild card spot, and that's a very tricky place to be, especially when perception-wise, I know Pythagorean record and everything is going to indicate that they should be much worse than they are, but I think they've won games they need to, but I still just don't see them. I don't see them contending for a playoff spot. So in my mind, personally, I'm sharing personal opinion here. I see no reason why they shouldn't sell what they have and build towards next year and build towards the future. That's my perception of it.
Now, do you guys believe that, so let's just say hypothetically they were to get rid of a guy like Jansen and trade him, could this potentially be a much bigger return than the Estevez trade was last year? Just by seeing what we've already seen. I mean, Mason Miller brought in one of the best prospects in Major League Baseball.
Yeah, I mean, Mason Miller also has years of control with him, and he's younger. I think you have to compare it to other rental relievers. And I think Carlos Estevez last year is a great example. I think exactly, if you're bringing back someone like a George Clausen and Sam Aldegheri paired together, I think that's a good return. I think it's and it helps you towards your future. I think the Ryan Helsley trade, I think, Jared, who were we talking about yesterday? Or Joan Duran, not Joan Duran. Who brought
Taylor Rogers?
Tyler Rogers, yeah, Tyler Rogers. I think with what you're seeing with the relief market, I think there's a lot of value in moving relievers that bring impact, whether a rental or not. And if you're getting something like George Clausen and Sam Aldegheri, something similar, a package like that, I jump. I jump in a heartbeat on
that. Jared, in your opinion, who has the most to gain right now for a team that is looking to buy?
Oh, I mean, if we're talking in the major leagues right now, the Angels probably have the most to gain, right? They have the most to
sell theoretically.
Well, yeah, they have the most to sell, but I mean, if the Angels are gonna go out there and buy, they need the most pieces, right? They have the most to gain at that point. But no, I mean, the Yankees, like a lot of the big market teams, the Dodgers have been fairly quiet with all the injuries they've had. Are they going to make a move? The the Rangers have been quiet. The Astros have been quiet. The AL West minus the Mariners have been quiet. So yeah, I think that's that point. But on the Angels standpoint, on the Angels front, I just think that, like what Taylor was saying, I think that they need to sell the right pieces. I think if the right offers come around, then you have to go make those moves for sure on that point.
For whatever it's worth, Cedric Mullins is heading on over to the Mets. That news just broke about 20 seconds ago. So Mets outfield looking pretty good potentially.
That's a big one.
So is the bullpen.
Yeah, absolutely. Jeff Bates, also thank you very much for joining us. He does a lot of Rangers coverage over there. Well, we have him here. What do you guys think about the Rangers? They're a team that has a lot to gain as well, right? They could benefit from an outfielder and especially from a couple bullpen arms. Problem with them is the cap space, very limited as of right now. They need to try to get creative on how to open up some of that cap space. Taylor, and then we'll go to Jared. Do you see the Rangers making any kind of big splash today? Is that something that obviously we know they want to, but is this something that's on the horizon from anything you guys might be hearing?
I'm trying to look. I'm pretty sure I picked the Rangers to be in the World Series this year from the American League. Hey Jeff, how you doing, man? I think I picked the Rangers to be in the World Series, and I got a lot of heat for it because of the relief corps. They need relievers. They need help with relief. I think they're starting. I think the rotation, as long as they're healthy, is fine. Obviously, that lineup is deep, and if they're it's all about health with them. If they're healthy, they're a very good team. They're a serious contender for the team. They've been underperforming They haven't been healthy. Other than that, this is a very good team. So I think them adding, and I don't think they're afraid of running deep pockets. You know, they've got a $500 million infield sitting there for them. So if they have to go over the luxury tax, if they have to go into money they weren't expecting to spend, I don't think that's a concern for them if it means that they're returning to the World Series and going for another championship. You got to give I think John Daniels did a great job when he was there. I think he's like one of the greatest, not only one of the best people in the game, but also one of the best general managers. It was time to move on from him. It all worked out. And I think Chris Young is a smart guy to replace him. And obviously they've won a World Series since. So who am I to deny the Rangers anything right now?
Yeah. On top of that too, I mean, you look at the Rangers in any playoff series, they match up probably better than anybody does. I mean, you look at Angels just went through the meat of their rotation, and you get DeGrom one day, you get Evaldi one day, and then they have one of the better offenses as well on paper. Like, if they can find a way to make it to the playoffs, like Taylor, you're probably not wrong. They could definitely make a run and push the World Series for sure because of what they have right now.
So just to confirm, I just found it. I do have Dodgers over Rangers in 6 for the World Series this year. That was on March 27th.
Just flip that.
And I had Seager as the MVP.
I like that.
Taylor, Jared, you guys are both notorious for prospect guys, and some of the most respected prospect guys, especially on our neck of the woods. I really enjoy the coverage you guys have, when it comes to the draft and covering prospects in general. So with that being said, the Padres moved all their chips into the center by getting Miller. We mentioned that a little while ago. In your opinion, is that a trade that is going to hurt them long term? Now, some things that I've gotten hate for, obviously, I'm nowhere near as respected on Twitter as you guys are. But the Padres haven't exactly had the best amount of success on player development over the last, 10 years since AJ Preller came in. They've had a lot of instances where they've been on the cusp. They had the hot talent lava era. All those guys essentially got traded. But let me ask you, is that a trade that's going to hurt long term? Are the A's going to get significantly better now that they have acquired a top prospect here?
Go ahead, Jared.
Do the Padres win the World Series this year? I mean, if they win the World Series this year, then it's not going to hurt them too much, right? Like Leo DeVries is, Taylor and I were talking about this, like probably the best player we've seen in the Cal League since Corey Seager. I mean, and Seager was an absolute stud. Easy answer for you. If they win the World Series, it doesn't hurt them at all. Like you get a ring. That's awesome. Like that's where you're at with that. But there's a reason why DeVries is one of the best prospects in baseball right now. And he's absolutely shown what he can do. So I think that, in the long run, it probably does hurt them. But if you win a World Series, nobody remembers what you traded away. Even if it is one of the best players in baseball, you won a World Series from it. So, long answer short.
There you go. You heard from Jared, very similar to what the Rams said when they said, like, fuck those draft picks. You know what I mean?
It's true. No, I mean, it's genuinely true. Like, this is winning a World Series is incredibly hard. Incredibly hard. AJ Preller has done everything in his power to make sure that the Padres get to the World Series. It hasn't happened. So for me, maybe you're losing a guy. Someone with the Athletics media asked me, they're like, do you have a comp for him? And I'm like, if you're squinting, this is as close to Ketel Marte as you're going to get, or as close to Frankie Lindor as you're going to get. Like, this guy's really freaking good. But at the same time, if this is the move that moves the needle and you end up in the World Series this year, and especially if you win a World Series this year, never going to matter. Never matters in the least, right? I know the Rams plan didn't work out, and then it had to work out a decade and a half later or whatever it was. But no, this is a move that AJ Preller feels. I mean, look at what Dave Dombrowski did yesterday, right? And what Dave Dombrowski's done in the past. And Dave Dombrowski has put that team. He's put multiple teams in the World Series. He's put this Philadelphia team in the World Series. So, I mean, as much as the Dodgers are going to be the favorite through and through all this and everything, I'm looking at what Milwaukee does today. I'm looking at what the Mets do today. But obviously, Mets pulling Mullins here. Everyone is putting all of their, best effort to beat anyone else, and someone's going to have to do it. So if Leo DeVries, as good as he might be, and as good as he's projected to be, and like Jared said, best prospect I've seen in a decade out here in California, So be it. If it wins your World Series, it doesn't matter in the least bit. And if it wins Oakland a World Series or Vegas, whatever. I mean, you can't spell Las Vegas without Leo DeVries. So I don't know.
It's a good line.
Yeah. If it wins Vegas World Series, then even better, right? Everyone's happy.
That's fair. Jake Bird is going over to the Yankees. That news just broke as well. Jeff, James, Rob, Todd, and I have been kind of hijacking the show a little bit. Any questions for any of our guests that are on right now? And by the way, any of you guys, if you guys ever need to go, just let us know. We appreciate all the time you guys are giving us.
I want to.
Yeah, I got.
Oh no.
Okay. Well, Jeff is a guest here. Let's start off with Jeff, and then we'll go to Rob. And you.
Well, sorry, question of the day for me. It's 105 degrees here in DFW. Taylor, you're in Lake Arrowhead, right? I love Lake Arrowhead. Tell me it's not 105 in Lake Arrowhead, and I'll be happy. Because my Rangers aren't doing anything. You're muted.
Rookie.
Shut up. It is 78 degrees. We also had the first earthquake I've felt in like 20 years. So,
well, at least you're not
that going.
At least you're not Russia. Hey, I want to know: is it the luxury tax? Is that why in Texas we're not adding? I think the answer is yes. I keep hearing everybody say, including you, Taylor, they're going to go over. He's got the money. The new contract's in place for blah blah blah. He and CY has been saying they're going to not jump over it and spend this off season. I mean, the market. What do we got? 3.5 hours left. The market is getting taken out from under us. Wouldn't we have done something by now? What are your thoughts on Texas and the rest of the AL West too?
Yeah, I think they need to make a move for relievers. I think relief has been the big issue, and I think money shouldn't be. Like I said, the American League is pretty wide open. They're not good. The American League's not good. So you're contending with the Yankees and maybe the Red Sox. Maybe it looks like maybe they're getting Jordan Montgomery here, which would be a nice little addition based on the bottom there, maybe. But
I think he's busy rehabbing. I think that must be.
But either way, I mean, I think the Rangers have every opportunity to get back to the World Series. Now, that's a tough thing to do. It's a very hard thing to do, but at the same time, the American League is really bad. And if you can leapfrog, you're going to have to leapfrog some teams. You're going to have to get back into the playoff push. Houston continues to develop and look good, so it's going to be tough. But, yeah, I mean, if it's something where you're talking about going over the luxury tax in the scenario that you go to the World Series or you make a deep playoff run, you're spending that money. And this ownership group has proven it.
Can I follow up about the Astros, and then I'll shut up and let somebody else talk? Is it true that the new third baseman for the Astros is sitting in the clubhouse crying, not wanting to be an Astro? That can't be real, can it? Do you guys know anything?
Who is that?
Urias. Apparently, he didn't want to leave. He said he was going to try to cancel it, try to get extend his contract, and get the thing revoked. And he was crying for all the way till 10 p.m. last night, is what I read.
Yeah, I forgot who it was from the Orioles, but somebody who said
Ramon Urias.
Ramon Urias. I do not know anything about that. No.
Well, as a Rangers fan and an Astros not fan, I kind of love that story.
I like Ramon Urias. He is a good ball player.
No, he's a good player.
Yeah.
James, you had a question, and so did Rob. James, go ahead.
Just some opinions and maybe questions for everyone. I really thought Cedric Mullins was going to go to the Phillies because they've been having a center field problem with Edmundo Sosa, and there was another one out there, but it never felt like they were going to be stable. You know, they have Marsh and Castellanos, but that was shocking that the Mets got him. I was going to ask the panel, about the Diamondbacks and their two starting pitchers that supposedly are on the market, Zach Gallen and Merrill Kelly, and why there hasn't been a team out there yet to, trade for those guys. Is the price too high for what Arizona's asking, even after the Suarez trade? Anybody can answer that.
I believe Bob Nightingale just tweeted within the last 5 minutes that they're pretty deep into talks with the Red Sox.
Okay.
But, that's just obviously this time of year, it's always just kind of hearsay. But Bob Nightingale, unless we're talking about the lockout, is pretty credible most times.
I think any starter with multiple years of control is just going to be such a high cost. And I don't know, it's going to be a team that's going to need it. Obviously, I know Zach Gallen hasn't been great this year. One of them hasn't been good. Gallon hasn't been very good this year,
It's
right?
Gallon. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
Gallon.
I mean, same time, this is a guy that the last 5 years before that. Well, he's sitting in his prime. In the years before that, he's been way above average. Incredible pitcher, and Merrill Kelly obviously has been really good too. So I think it's. I'm assuming things is a question for Scott Boras or whoever it is, Wasserman Group, whoever it is, but I'd imagine the price is off the charts.
Yeah, I think I saw with Gallon, and you have to ask yourself this because I think that it's a serious question this offseason if he doesn't get traded. Is he worth a comp one pick, and on that side of stuff? Are they going to give him a Q? Are they going to QO him this offseason too? So I think that's kind of why the price is high on Gallon. Yeah, it sounds like Merrill Kelly might be going to Boston. I don't know. That's just
is he really?
That's just
He just
what
sounds like a
they
Red
do.
Sox.
Yeah.
What about Cease? Is AJ going to keep making an AJ day and move Cease?
I mean, kind of got that same question. I don't know if he's going to have a pick attached to him this offseason, but
but they're going to get more out of trade, obviously.
Yeah, you would assume they probably get more out of a trade, but also again, we were just talking about the Padres and DeVry. Like, are the Padres in a spot to go win the World Series? Like, I think that they can. I think that if they get healthy and can compete, they could definitely go win a World Series. And I think Dylan Cease could absolutely help them do that. Is he having a bad year? I think I'd say yeah, but both Cease and Gallon are players, and I'm like, yeah, I would love the Angels to sign either one of those guys this offseason and be the number 2 guy in Anaheim, until they go find an ace. So, yeah, I love both of them in Anaheim. Like, those are my 2 targets this offseason. Yeah, I'll also start it now.
He still has all the swing and miss. His numbers are good if you look deeper. He's still great.
Okay, Randall Hearn. I'm trying to think. Is Milwaukee the best suitor for him, and is there a high price for Hearn from the Orioles?
Yeah, he's been pretty good. He's been pretty productive this year. I know that I think I called him a first base only player, and people got upset about that, but I'm pretty sure he's first base only.
Yeah, DH.
I mean, guy hitting that well, keeping his strikeouts in check. 135 OPS plus. I think there's going to be some value there. I know he's a rental first baseman. As odd as it is, those are hard to find because usually when a team has a first baseman, they like to keep that guy surrounded for a while. You look at good guys, but yeah, I don't know. I'd imagine his price is going to be fair, but because he's one of the few bats on the market too. There's not a whole lot of bats on this market. Looking at the Mullins return right now, it's a pretty decent return. So I could see this being an important bat that you're going to need to spend heavy on to get it.
What's the return? Do you have it in front of you? I'm trying to find it myself. Oh, here we go. In exchange for right-handers, Anthony Nunez, Raymond Gomez, and Chandler Marsh. Okay, there you go.
A question for you guys is kind of turn it back towards the Angels a little bit. You guys make great points about everyone trading all these prospects and everything. If the Angels are buyers, who is available for them to trade to get something out of it?
Everyone. I mean, I would say, like, outside of Christian Moore, everyone. They have a group of top prospects that fill the top of the farm system. Christian Moore is probably the one that's maybe untouchable, maybe just because of but like even Caden Dana, I think Caden Dana is close, but Nelson Rada has so many questions. Even though he's a top prospect, you can move him and not feel like you lost a ton. That's the thing. The organization doesn't have these prospects where if someone's moved, it really deeply impacts the farm system. Especially guys that maybe aren't top 10 in the system. Because say a guy's a top 10 in the Angels farm system at the back of the top 10, they're probably sitting 20, 30, they don't have a whole lot of 50 grade prospects. This is the best way I could put it. 50 grade or better. Jared?
Yeah, no, I mean, look at the trade that they made. What was it yesterday? I would be interested to know how many people knew about Sam Brown before, besides probably everybody here. But I don't think too many people knew about Sam Brown. And even when I saw that it was going to be Sam Brown and Eater, I was like, cool, like, that's a good trade. Like, Jake Eater is a prospect to an extent, depending on who you're talking to. Like he's got a good fastball, slider that plays well. But he probably doesn't help the team in 2026 and beyond. Maybe he's like a depth piece. Same thing with Sam Brown. Like he's a first baseman only that can play a little bit of outfield, left-handed bat, doesn't swing and miss a whole lot, doesn't have a whole lot of power. It's like, yeah, sure. Like he could be Nolan Shonwell, but also he might not make it out of Rocket City at some point either. So, yeah, I mean, if the Angels can make some trades like that, where it's like, yeah, Kevin Newman's not on the roster anymore, and Lamont Wade's not on the roster anymore, and they somehow find a pitcher that you don't have to give up a top 15 prospect for. Like it's not hurting the prospect pool for the Angels is so bad that you're not really hurting that badly. Like losing Sam Brown, I'm not dropping anybody out of my top 30 prospect list because Sam Brown is now gone, or I'm not adding anybody because Sam Brown's now gone. I mean, Jake Eater, depending on who you're talking to here, is a top 30 prospect, but he wasn't going to be on my top 30 prospect list. So, yeah, I do think they have pieces that they can give away. I mean, like you mentioned, like Taylor mentioned, I don't think that there are any untouchables, but also you have to be smart about it and look at it from 2026 and beyond and say like, yeah, Christian Moore is going to help this team 2026 and beyond. Caden Dana is going to help this team 2026 and beyond. Nelson Arata might be a future center fielder, depending on who you're talking to, so you have to weigh those odds. And at the end of the day, you hope they don't do what they did in 2023 and go trade for Lucas Giolito and all these guys and then decide to waive them because, it didn't work. And now the farm system is even more depleted than when it was.
I mean, you had him for 5 days or something. That's pretty good.
Yeah, right.
All right, Taylor Blake Ward, I know you are going to be departing. Thank you for your time. One question for you on the way out here. All right, over under 1.5 moves for the Angels in any way, shape, or form. Buyers, sellers. I want your opinion right now where we stand. Will they make more than 1.5 trades?
I'm not a gambling man, dude. Manfred won't let me back in the Hall of Fame. It's an easy. This might be the easiest one I got, man. I don't know. I would.
Come on, Taylor, give me something.
Over under 1.5.
Yeah.
I'll go under, and if it is over, you guys can smack me for whatever you want. But I don't know. I genuinely don't know. Yeah,
your Hall of Fame chances just went away.
Yeah, my Hall of Fame. Yeah, thanks, Bobby. So,
all right, Taylor. On your way out, what do you got going on for any of the listeners who don't already follow you, and where can they find your coverage?
Yeah, we got the Sporting Tribune. Great staff that I kind of oversee more than do my work. I kind of oversee the work. You can check it out at thesportingtribune.com. And my next thing right now is Baseball America Top 30 update. So all the names that we were going to mention about Top 30, but Jared, that I can tell you if they are or not, but I can't tell you for another 8 days or 9 days. So just Top 30 updated at Baseball America. Injury reports, as Sam was mentioning earlier. Would love a little bit more transparency, but just not there. So little things like that. But yeah, it's gonna be fun. And then I don't know. At 3:30, depending on what happens, I might go fishing. So that's how my day's looking.
Because it's not 105 where you live. Nice.
No. But the earth is falling apart.
I've heard.
So
yeah. Taylor, thank you.
Sorry. You guys just see Garcia, Aldous Garcia to the Mets right there. Too bad a day late for us because it would have been nice not to have that home run last night.
I told you, Jeff.
True?
I told you.
Is that real?
I said Padres. I mean, I'm seeing it almost.
I'm seeing it. Yeah,
but
I just saw it right now too. ESPN.
Freaking serious?
Yep, there you go.
I had a feeling they were going to move him just because they were trying to get something for him.
There you
That's
go.
a big one.
It better have a corresponding move.
Well, there you go. I mean, you guys probably just bought yourself some room to play with there, some money. So
yeah, we also lost our four hitter and his freaking Gold Glover in right field.
Yeah,
that is definitely true. Taylor, thanks again. I want to give you the lifeline to hop out. Let's do this again, buddy. Thank you.
Sounds good, guys. Good seeing you.
Take care, buddy.
All right, Taylor Blake Ward, always generous with his time, nice enough to join us and talk. We still have Jeff Bates here, and we have Jared Timms, of course, of Talking Halos. Jared, you've been on for quite a while. You haven't gotten to plug your show and all that's going on. So, if you can, take a little bit of time, let us know what you guys are doing over at Talking Halos.
Yeah, we're having a lot of fun over there for sure. Talking real Angels baseball, I guess is what you can say. I'm trying to get Nate on right now. I don't know if he'll answer my text or not, but yeah, no, we have a lot of fun over there, talking Angels baseball, talking what we can about it. Two baseball coaches, just again talking baseball, talking sports. We have a lot of fun. And you can follow me on X at Jared_Timms. I write like 2 articles a year at talkinghalos.com, and they're both top 30 lists, and that's what I like to do. So.
Yeah, he has a very good breakdown on scouting the teams, and also for the draft, he was doing really good. They were doing really good commentary over there on breaking down potential players for the Angels and who to look at. So again, I highly recommend their content.
Appreciate it.
I also really like the balance they have, where sometimes they call it down the middle, right? They try to give you a well-rounded perspective. We do tend to be a little bit more negative, here at Halos in the Infield, but very much like us, they are fans, and they do a very, very good job covering the deadline. Covering Angels baseball, and they're here right now to help us cover the deadline.
And what did the Rangers get in return? Do we know that yet?
I don't think it's real. I don't think it's real. I've seen it nowhere with anyone I trust. This is the guy who posted it.
Not on trade rumors either.
He spelled breaking wrong in his tweet, but he's got some. So
that's what I just said to my friend. Exactly.
Jeff, I want to break your spirits. I hope it happened. I'm not gonna lie. I hope it.
I got a daughter downstairs who will cry, and I might. We better get freaking Juan. Well, he's not there anymore. I don't know. No, he is. I don't know what we'd get back that would make me happy, but it puts a big hole in our offense and our defense, and I think it's BS.
Well, I just saw the tweet right now that you guys are deep in talks for getting Kelly from the Diamondbacks, but
no, Kelly, I take that.
Yeah, but once again, it's really going to depend.
Jeff, I'm wondering which third baseman they end up trading in the deal. Are they going to go Jung or Smith? What of the Joshes? What do you think?
In what trade?
In any trade that might come up, which third baseman would you rather keep if you're the Rangers?
Well, I'd keep Josh Jung, the third baseman, because he's the only third baseman of those two. Josh Smith can play third, but neither one of them. The Rangers aren't going to trade either one of them. That wouldn't give them any financial relief and would put a hole. They're either buying, in my never so humble opinion, they're either buying with a corresponding move, or they're going over the salary cap. That's why I've been thinking they're going to stand pat this whole time, maybe add a small arm in the bullpen. To flip anybody otherwise makes no sense. They're 4 games out or whatever. They're the best roster in the AL West. I'll say that again for anybody who didn't hear me. They're the best roster in the AL West. They're going to win the division unless Houston goes and does something. Of course, Seattle's done something. I'll still take our roster.
Houston just did something. You're not going to like it.
Oh, I'm having a bad 10 minutes. What did they do?
Carlos Correa.
Are you serious?
No way.
They got Correa back?
Popped up. He's going to play third for them. Damn.
They got Correa back. Wow.
So now the Rangers need to go get Joe Kelly right freaking now.
Wow.
Only few people get that joke. I get it, but
Carlos Correa to the Astros just became official.
Man.
Jared,
Go ahead.
I got a question for Jared real quick. For being a big pitching analytics type guy, who's the biggest guy available right now for the trade on the market, starting pitcher wise?
Ooh, I mean, if you believe it, Sandy Alcantara, I think is very, very good. I already mentioned it, but I love Zach Gallen. I love Dylan Cease. I think those should be the 2 big targets for the Angels this offseason. But either one of those 3 guys would be a huge addition. I mean, I don't know if you believe in anything, Paul Skeens. I don't think Paul Skeens is going anywhere anytime soon. But yeah, I think between those 3 guys, that's those guys I think offer the most to any team right now, should I say? So.
So far in this deadline, it's been pretty crazy since starting from last night, night before, a few trades here and there. Now it seems to be ramping up. I wasn't expecting this much movement. Are you guys feeling the same kind of way?
I want more. That's what I want.
It's been a good deadline.
I'm shocked. There's been so much moves. Shocked.
Yeah, me too. I was expecting more, like if guys are going to be moved, they were going to be free agent type stuff or in the off season. I wasn't really hearing too much that this was going to be a very, very active trade deadline, but we've been surprised so far. A lot of movement, but not a lot of movement with some of the teams you would think, So with Houston bolstering a little bit, obviously Seattle doing what they're doing, Texas kind of standing pat right now. Currently, we're doing the same. The Dodgers really not making that big splash. You're seeing the Yankees. What are your guys' thoughts on the Blue Jays? Because there's been a couple questions on TikTok. If you want to start with that, Jared, or Rob and Robin James can chime in too, Jeff. What are you guys' thoughts on the Blue Jays being pretty active and actually going for it in a way?
It doesn't surprise me. I mean, you look at their core group of guys. I mean, I know they extended Vladdy past beyond the season, but their window is, I don't want to say slowly closing, but I feel like it's been open forever now. I feel like they've had this awesome core group of guys, and finally it's all kind of coming together, and they don't have to deal with the AL East right now, which is good. They're just the best team in baseball, which is really cool to see. So yeah, I'm not surprised that they're going out there and making a push because they need to. And I'm going to go back to like my answer that I gave to the Padres. Like if they go win a World Series, nobody that they lose mattered. They've been wanting World Series forever and ever and ever, and they deserve a World Series. Like they have some of the best fans in baseball up there, and it's great to see them having a good year this year. And it's tough to do that in the AL East when you have the Yankees, the Red Sox. The Rays have been good for quite some time. I mean, the Orioles are supposed to be good this year and have been playing a little bit better baseball. But yeah, when you have a chance to go win a World Series in the AL East, go do it because you're probably one of the favorites.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I agree with that too there because they're seizing an opportunity they haven't had in a while, right? The Yankees are down right now. Like you said, the Orioles are down. I did find it interesting, though, for Shane Bieber to be traded there. Only because of he's still on rehab. Granted, the rehab's been going good, but what do you guys think about that, Jared? Especially, I mean, analytically wise, how good has a pitcher been coming off of an injury like this and making a postseason run? We're going to have to maybe pitch those 7-8 innings. Do you even do that with that guy, or do you kind of keep him on that innings limit still?
Well, it's going to kind of come down to him. I think he's got an option for next season as well. I want to say it's like a $20 million option. So it's going to come down to if Shane can do it or not. But I think that knowing a competitor and knowing a baseball player, like if he has a chance to go win a ring, he's gonna go do it at all costs. Like it's gonna go. He's gonna go pitch on 3 days rest. He's gonna go do what he can to go win a World Series ring. And that's where I'm at with that. I think I saw that he was rehabbing, which is really, really good. I didn't think it was going to be, I guess it was going to be about this long when we were talking about it in the offseason, because I wanted the Angels to go sign Shane Bieber too, like to a 2 or 3 year deal like this.
Yeah.
I was surprised he got traded to an extent because he hasn't pitched this year, and it's so hard to come up with an offer, come up with a deal like that. So, but yeah,
pretty good pitching staff right there. 1, 2, 3. That's pretty elite.
Yeah, like I mentioned about the Padres. I mean that's a staff that competes against anybody in a 3-game set and a 4-game set. Like you face a couple of aces, and that's tough to do. That's very tough to do.
Does this Carlos Correa move, do you guys think, help perhaps maybe Perry be a little more realistic? Because now Seattle, in my opinion, I think Seattle just became the best team in the American League. They already had the pitching, and now their lineup is getting significantly better. The Astros are still the team to beat in the division for the time being. They are, kings of the division really the last decade, and they're currently in first place. So with that being said, the fact that those teams got better, we still haven't seen what the Rangers are going to do, but something tells me that they're going to be in play here down the stretch until the final buzzer goes off. So, I mean, the Angels really, really have to be sitting there right now, considering selling. And I mean, I know it's easy for us to say that on the fan side of things because we want to see it take place. It's just so hard. I'm baffled. I mean, it's like Perry. I mean, do something. Jared, I mean, I'm not crazy, right? I mean,
No, you're not crazy at all. No, you're really not. I'll say this: you have to look at it at a couple different angles. And I was listening to Sam. I was listening to Taylor, and what Artie wants, Artie gets, right at the end of the day. So you have to remember that. Another thing that I've kind of been thrown out there mentioning is if you can make it to the playoffs, anything can happen. Like if you can find a way to be a wild card team, anything can happen. It's getting to that wild card spot that's going to be the very tough part. And another thing that people forget when it comes to Perry, like, is his job on the line as well? Like, is this like, hey, if the Angels don't make the playoffs, Artie's going to fire me? Or is it, if we don't make the playoffs, I have another year? Do I need to go all in? Do I need to go prove to Artie or anything that I've been doing my job? So it's so tough, like, to look at every angle possible, I think is kind of what you got to do. And if Perry and staff thinks that they can make it to the playoffs and anything can happen in the playoffs, then go do it. If you don't think you can, then go sell the right pieces. Like, you don't need to go. There aren't a lot of guys that have a lot of value. Like, what is Tyler Anderson going to bring back? What is a Kyle Hendricks even going to bring back? Luis Renifo might bring back a lottery ticket. Yoel Moncada might bring back a lottery ticket. But, a couple guys, I mean, Kenley Jansen's going to bring back a good package. It is a seller's market. Like, you are seeing all of these relievers, and you are getting top 10 prospects back for a lot of these relievers, top 10 in the org. So I think that selling a reliever is an absolute must. And the same thing goes with, I think you have to sell one of either Luis Renifo or Yoel Moncada. But like I mentioned a couple minutes ago, like, if you can find a way to replace Lamont Wade and Kevin Newman and somehow get better there, like, you can sell and still get better because you can go bring up a Caden Dana. You're getting Christian Moore back. You're going to get hopefully Jorge Slayer is a little bit healthier down the stretch. So I'm right in the middle of it. Like, I could see the Angels making a little bit of a push. I don't know if it's going to happen, but I get where Perry's at. I really, really do. Perry's in a tough spot because you have Artie Moreno on one side. You have the fan base, which I know he's not listening to. You're just 5 games out. You have to hop a couple teams. I get it. It's he's in a tough spot.
Yeah, I mean, in my opinion, as long as the Angels are still playing meaningful games down the stretch, that's good enough for the young core, in my opinion, because we want those guys to get legitimate major league experience, and playing games down the stretch is going to go a long way to helping their development. I just don't know if that's going to happen if we don't take a step forward by making some of these trades with some of these disposable pieces. I like Luis Renifo, but I do think that Luis Renifo is going to be able to bring you 2 or 3 players that can very easily help next year, 2027, when the window's actually open. Rob, if you're still there, go ahead, man. Sorry.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, I was gonna say mainly too, like, what do you guys think about, like, the Detroit Tigers last year, even the Rangers? They made some moves here and there. The Tigers had more success. They thought they were out of it. They trade away one of the better pitchers in Flaherty. The Angels, is there an opportunity for that to happen where, hey, if success happens here on accident, you trade a couple pieces away, like Jared was just saying, you get better here in a little bit, and then is there a possibility of a run there, but still selling and maximizing your profits after these 1-year deals?
Yeah, 100%. And I don't. This is going to get kind of misconstrued in a weird way, but young players can tend to be, I don't want to call them stupid, but like naive in a sense, where like you're just playing baseball. You don't understand the magnitude of what you're in, and you all of a sudden start winning games, and it's like, oh, we're in a wild card spot now, and it is September. Like it happens quite often. As weird as that sounds. Like, you look at the Tigers, the Diamondbacks went to the World Series on that exact type of thing, where they're all like just started winning games, and it was like, whoa, this is crazy. It doesn't happen that often, but it feels like once a year it happens to a team. So yeah, what is keeping the Angels from doing this? Making that type of run?
I get on that. I think the Tigers last year, the Rangers, and the D-backs the 2 years before that are probably the reason why your Angels went and added to your bullpen. I mean, you can get there. And I don't think the Angels are going to be a threat in the playoffs, but if I'm Perry, I probably think that, right? And so you kind of give up two guys. I had to go look them up. Me and Fernando were talking off, not on the show, but tonight, and I had to go look the two guys up, and they weren't top 30s. And you got two, 38-year-olds, 38, 39-year-olds, whatever they are, effective pieces, but you kind of got them for free. And that maybe that's disrespectful, but maybe not free, but pretty cheap to play for this year, because they're not going to re-sign either one of them, or if they are, it's a 1 in 30 shot. It's because of the Tigers last year, and there's 3 wild cards, and everybody's in it. Am I crazy? Probably.
No, I don't think you are at all. Like I said, like anything can happen in the playoffs. Anything can happen down the stretch. Like I remember I was sitting at a Padres game, and I can't remember when it was, but I think it was the Rockies it was the Rays season where they walked it off, where Evan Longoria walked it off. He had to walk off down the line to make it to the playoffs or make it to a playing game. Like it happens every single year. It's just, what team is it going to be? Is it going to be, the Angels this year? Is it going to be Baltimore? Like Baltimore's been playing some good baseball. Can the Braves do it? The Braves are playing. The Braves are a little bit back there, but they still have a very, very good team. Or the Rangers, that team that get hot down the stretch? I don't know. Like, and this is where you have to look at, like, the Angels don't have that team. Like, I don't think they have that team that can go down on a stretch down or go on a run down the stretch and be that good. But you just never know. We didn't think that was going to be the case with the Tigers last year. We didn't think it was going to be the case with the Diamondbacks the year before, and all of a sudden those two teams are in the World Series or in the ALCS. So you just never know.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with all that, because I went to every one of the Rangers game, and it was like Murderer's Row right there, right? The starting pitching wise. You look at the ERAs, like, what the? Patrick Corbin's even doing well. I was like, who the hell is this guy at the whole time, right? Especially the Nationals probably wanting some money back. But yeah, the Angels are just delusional at this point in time, especially with this trade that just happened with them. Houston getting Correa back. At this point, we're so far back. It's a long shot, as it was. And then you're looking at everyone else, what they have. You guys tell me, after this series, I kind of feel like we only have one really dependable pitcher past 6 innings. That's really Soriano. I feel like Kikuchi himself. I almost want him on an innings limit, like how Sosa did to Seeley. Keep him 5 innings, 6 innings, absolute max. Stop throwing him out there for the 7th to blow the lead. But I look at these other teams; they have what it takes to make that run. But we can't. We have one guy. That's not going to do it, in my opinion.
Yeah, the Angels are running out a bullpen game every 5th day for the last weeks or 2 weeks. So I don't know. Someone's going to have to step up. I don't know who it's going to be, but you're going to have somebody step up, whether it's Kahanowitz, Dana, Clausen, like those types of guys. Someone's going to have to jump in and step up if they think they're going to make a push for it. And I agree with you. Like, I don't think they have it. I really do not. But they can definitely get better this trade deadline, and they can definitely they can get better, and they can get better for the future as well, just by doing a couple small things.
Texas Rangers are requiring left-hander Danny Colome from the Minnesota Twins, according to Jeff Passan.
Give Garcia away, hopefully.
All of a sudden.
Okay, there you go. Jeff, instant reaction. You guys get an arm. Astros acquiring Jesus Sanchez from the Marlins.
And I just have 30 seconds of happy. Can we not?
Hey, you got 6 seconds. That's more than we've gotten so far as Angels fans today. So
whatever. I like the pickup, and you ruined my day with the Astros adding a better arm than Colombo. But he's a good piece. We need a piece. I think we need one in the back there. It didn't need to be a closer. I'm happy with him. It's not Duran, but I'm happy with him. And then Sanchez. Today sucks, but whatever. I'm glad the Dolly thing. Yes, though.
Yeah, you know what? Since you brought that up, let me entertain that for just a quick second. Okay, so let's play devil's advocate. Let's just say hypothetically, Adolis Garcia really was on the market. Okay, so if you were to get rid of Adolis Garcia, and it was a must, what would you like to see come back in return? I'm saying,
well, he's been hitting 4 for us. Now we could pretend like the Rangers offense isn't good because the stats for the season aren't good. But since July, I think they've got the highest average. They got the most steals. They're scoring plenty of runs, so they're fine. They're not the Bronx Bombers of 27, but they're a pretty good offense right now and will be the rest of the way. And he's hitting 4th. I'd rather him be hitting 6th. He's also a freaking Gold Glove right fielder. So what do we need back? Well, I guess a 4-hitter and a right fielder, and I don't think there's one out there. Tommy Pham is the name that I've been hearing the most that might come here, Reed, whatever it is. There's not a lot of arms. I think it was Jared who said, or hitters. There's not a lot of hitters that are out there. O'Hearn's a lefty. Doesn't make any sense for the Rangers at all. I keep hearing him. I think it's stupid. I think it's for clicks. It makes no sense. I think they will trade him, but I don't think he'll come to Texas. If we want a right-handed bat, it's probably a Tommy Pham. I don't think there's a chance in hell that's going to happen because Tommy Pham slapped the crap out of Jock Peterson, and that would make for an interesting clubhouse. So I don't think that's happening. So what hitter would we go get? So Dolly's not going anywhere. I've been standing on that. I get hate every day on my ex about, oh, we got to trade Dolly. We got to trade Dolly. We would need a nice freaking haul. He's not going anywhere. It'll be an arbitration situation next year. He'll get a raise. Could they let him go? I suppose they might let a Heim go. They're going to either pay Dolly more next year and then let him walk at the free agent after 26, or they're going to keep him in the fold. But for the end of 25, if you're down, they're tied with the Mariners for the last spot. They could be in the 1 spot. They could be in the 3 spot. They could fall back. They could still win the West. Why would we trade our 4-hitter and a Gold Glover? It makes no sense to me. I would love to hear a non-Ranger fan tell me what they think, but I think it's been BS the whole time. I think there's 0% chance of it. And Mike Trout disagrees with me in the chat, but
yeah, almost on cue. I was waiting for you to say that so I can post.
You just thought it as I was about to shut my mouth.
Well, let me ask you guys.
Ranger fan.
Yeah, right.
Sorry, real quick.
Every time he's in Texas, he's
fan,
an excellent fan.
two.
So I don't know.
He just lost 2 out of 3 to the Angels, man.
I know. Yeah,
I can see why you would trade somebody away. I mean, I feel like the Angels' success is just by luck.
I mean, was it you, Jared? Who was
that ball
about
dropped out in New York only.
I think it was Jared. Somebody earlier was talking about the win-loss, the Pythagorean win-loss. And your guys, the Angels, they've been winning more than the stats would say. And I think the Rangers are on the exact opposite end of that. But what do I know? You guys tell me about Dolly. I mean, I think it's insane to think they would trade him. It makes no sense to me, but I'll try to shut up and listen.
So it makes a lot of sense if you want Tyler Anderson and you want Tyler Anderson and a couple other. No, okay.
No,
Thank you.
That's a good offer, Jared.
No, Francis Romero just came out and said that report was BS. So
yeah,
don't worry about it.
Let me ask you guys on the panel real quick. There's been talk about Kenley and obviously Taylor Ward before the Angels won a few games there and put themselves back in the mix. We know Taylor expressed that he wants to stay. Now you heard the same thing, Jared and Rob and James, about now Kenley is stating that he wants to finish the rest of the season as an Angel and possibly re-up next year. Chances of seeing Kenley as a closer, because who knows what we're going to do with Detmers? Who knows what we're going to do with Joyce when he returns? If Stevenson will be available, things of that nature. Do you guys give a percentage or think that maybe Jansen will make a return as a closer next year?
I'd love to see that. I'm not a huge believer in a closer, but I do think that a veteran guy like that can only help a team. I really do, and he's been fantastic. He's been a fantastic addition this year. And if you think that the contract is worth it and warrants it, then absolutely bring him back. It's also a business, and I think he's mentioned that as well. So I think that he understands that he's been in this scenario before. It's not like how he was when he was with the Dodgers, where he knows he has a job. Like, he's been bouncing around teams here for a couple of years now. So he gets it. He understands. He's been saying all the right things. That's exactly what I've been saying to everybody that's been talking to me about Kenley. Is he's been saying the exact right things. Like, all he's been saying is, I've come here to help this team go to the playoffs. That's what I want to do. I don't think he's ever really said he doesn't want to leave Anaheim. He just says man, I want to be on the playoff team. I want to help this team be with the playoffs, be in the playoffs and stuff like that. So he's just been saying all the right things at all the right times right now.
He's having a real nice year. So somebody's going to, if it's not the Angels, somebody's going to pay him.
Yeah.
What do you think about that, James? Are we overvaluing the closer here? Because some fans think it's a must to have that guy at the back end of that bullpen.
It is, especially when you have a young team like the Angels do, because you really haven't had that before. And I was just thinking, the Angels have traded their closer, the last 2 times they had him. Remember, as Iglesias and then Estevez last year, and now possibly, Jansen. Of course, I'm the one that put out that short saying, "Hey, why don't you trade both of those guys to the Dodgers and get a bunch of prospects back?" I still want that to happen just because I want to start over in a way. I want that rebuild to start. I know a lot of people didn't really, I guess they were back and forth about it, but now we're starting to get to that point where it looks like it won't happen unless the Dodgers are really, really desperate for it. But getting back to Jansen, yeah, he always says the right things. He does the right things. He's been through a lot. It kind of felt like he found a home after his mom died this year. So um, it'd be hard for him to go. That's why this last weekend I was at the games. I was thinking, oh, that might be the last time we see this Hall of Fame closer with the Angels. You never know. But like I think Jared said, it's a business. You have to make these deals, but now it's getting too late to the point where you don't make a panic move, and it's going to be unfortunate because I wanted some. There's a lot of teams that like the Phillies, the Dodgers. They really need a closer, right? You would get the most right now for him, and again, I don't know if that's going to happen, but I feel like the Astros aren't done. Sad to say, I feel like they're going to get one of those high end starters. I just have a bad feeling about it.
I'm still
James,
waiting on another report. Sorry, James. San Diego Padres are acquiring slugger Ryan O'Hearn from the Baltimore Orioles. So that's a pretty big potential move. If we can get some more confirmation on that.
Is there any news on
There you go.
Ryan?
Now multiple sources are reporting it.
Okay. Is there any news on Ryan from Minnesota?
Joe Ryan?
Yeah, Joe Ryan.
Not yet. I've seen a bunch of cropped photoshops of him as an Angel.
I've seen interest in him, but with the years of control, I think that's a move the Twins can do maybe in the off season, or just don't make that move because it's probably the best move that they don't make is to have an ace, so to speak, on their staff.
Well, okay. Well, then right now, as it stands, we're at 1:30. We're getting close to that deadline time. Do we have? Is there? Do you guys envision any kind of moves going? Because I have one source telling me
Ramon Laureano also going to the Padres. And this is also the time of the show where I'm apologizing to everyone in advance. Obviously, it happens every year. Nobody feel like we're talking over anybody on purpose. Obviously, it's a breaking news show. So
yeah, it feels like San Diego's getting whatever they can. I feel like the Yankees, they're going to trade Jazz Chisholm Jr. and then try to beef up their outfield a little bit and their rotation. I think they're going to make some panic moves. The Dodgers are going to try to look after some closers. Possible left fielder like they need it. Possibly a third baseman. You can throw Nolan Arenado into that as well. Man, there's possibilities, but time is running out.
I was going to say, James, I haven't even had panic move in my head until you started saying it, and that's what it's going to start feeling like for the Angels here in a second. I feel like I shouldn't start hitting the panic button, man. Don't just put it in my head.
Yeah. Jared, I want to know, you think that the internal conversations right now with the Angels, it is an argument at this point in time? Because honestly, it feels like it. You're standing pat. I mean, standing pat's a loss here, right? At the end of the day, this organization, the last 2 years, like James said, you traded away the closers. Well, the Ross Allen Iglesias trade was crap for us because Tucker Davidson's in the KBO, I believe, and Chavez is retired. I mean, last year you had these two guys, but without getting Clausen and getting Aldegari, we would have nothing in the minor league system. We already have nothing, but you have even less. I didn't know you could hit more than rock bottom, but we're digging deeper than that. So at this point in time, I just don't get it. Success, I'm going to say it over and over again. Success with the Angels this year has been luck. It has not been a strategy because we've done nothing to put ourselves in the driver's seat and improve the team until last second. You make a trade without even winning the game against Texas. That was insane to me.
At the moment, I mean, what do we got? An hour and a half left. At the moment, it feels like kind of like a stand pat, but I want to say that I feel like the last couple of years it's happened around this time, and in the next 30 minutes or so, you start hearing the Angels start getting ramped up here. So we'll see which way it goes. But I posted it on Twitter a couple of days ago, the scene from Yellowstone where they're like, what are we going to do? F it? Like, yeah, we're just, F it. Like that's what we're rolling with right now. Okay, cool. So we're just going to do it. And I'm like, That's my thought, and what's going on in the Angels front office right now is just like, screw it. Like, I don't know. I really don't know. Like, maybe Perry's still pitching Artie like, hey, this is a bad idea to go by. It's a bad idea to go by. Or maybe the Angels front office is saying the same thing to Perry. Hey, it's a bad idea. Hey, it's a bad idea, or vice versa. It's a good idea. I don't know.
Do any of you really think they'd go get the 2 bullpen arms that are old and expiring contracts if they weren't playing for this year? To me, they showed their hand.
Well, I mean, you also got to remember, Jeff, that they're also trying to get to the finish line. They've been struggling to even get arms to stay healthy at this point. So maybe there's just a slight chance.
But if you're selling, you don't add bullpen. Gonna make it.
Yeah, but also when you don't have anybody to even eat innings, because we were talking a little bit about Kenley Jansen. Obviously, I didn't chime in. A guy like Kenley Jansen is really good at the back end of your bullpen for a team that's supposed to be contending. But the other issue is getting to him, right? The Angels don't have a giant bridge to get to Jansen, and that's kind of been the biggest issue for them. But I also understand where Jeff's coming from, where it could be perceived as buying. But
because
it's just
because it's buying. I mean, you gave up almost nothing. I don't want to be disrespectful to 2 kids who got dealt, but they weren't names that I knew. Doesn't mean anything. I had to look them up, and you're paying, I don't know, a couple million that you don't have to pay for unless you go get them, and you went and got them. So I don't know.
I'll say this from a seller standpoint. There's a lot of pieces going out there where it's like, oh, Taylor Ward made sense there, Yohan Moncada made sense there. Mm-hmm. I think Luis Renifo's got a market anywhere, but I mean, there's a couple players right now where I'm like, Ramon Laureano going to San Diego. It's like, well, Taylor Ward, yeah, he might be a little bit better, but he might be under control a little bit longer. I think Laureano's a free agent after this year, but it just from a seller standpoint, it just feels like they're not doing that.
Laureano's got a player option or whatever.
Okay.
Got a couple sources mentioning the Astros are in play for Alcantara and Dylan Cease.
There you go.
You're just trying to piss me off, right?
I'm sorry, Jeff.
I don't think you are. I don't think so.
But it's not.
Jeff,
But it's not like
call it when we see it.
It's not like Houston's been ruling this division for the last few years.
Yeah,
so,
thanks. You know what? I used to enjoy this show so much.
I like how John Heyman, Danny Colon to the Rangers. Yes, we know John.
I like it. I mean, come on. He's a good arm. He's been a good arm for a while. What a great year. And if you mention anything going to the Astros in the next 10 seconds, I'm just going to leave.
Yeah, I mean, he's got like I need to pull it up, a 1.50 ERA.
Well, it's under 2. I don't know. It's under 2. And he's only getting paid what? $3 million, I think? Yep. No, excuse me. Payroll 951. Hold on. That's confusing.
I don't know if you guys can remember, but when Houston first came to this division, I mean, I was like, bring them on. They suck. They're going to suck for a long time.
And they did for what, like 5 years?
No, for like 2 years, it seemed like they were bad. Yeah, they were bad only for a couple years. And then, bam, they turned it on. And right when you think they're done, Houston has just seemed to resurrect themselves or reinvent themselves. And if they pull off one of those starters, obviously – it's going to come. They're going to be looked as the favorites to win the West again, despite Seattle doing what they're doing, and Texas being where they're at, because those two teams have the best chance to jump them. But man, if the Astros are adding these players, they're just extending their lifespan or their window.
Yeah.
For whatever it's worth, Danny is on a $3 million contract. His WAR is 1.6. He's 1-0 with the 1.16 ERA for Minnesota.
I'm trying to see what we flipped. Has anybody seen it? I mean,
I haven't seen the return just yet.
Yeah, I'm scouring my X and I'm looking everywhere and I see nothing. It's not Garcia though. I'll tell you that right freaking now.
Yes, you definitely did have a little bit of a panic for.
Yeah,
we need to take that clip. Somebody take that clip.
No, delete it.
I just want to see what else San Diego traded away in that Orioles deal, because they don't have much left that's notable in the farm system.
Yeah, but James, you're closest down there. You hear the most. How is it that the Padres can continue to just pretty much splurge that minor league system, and yet it's still better than the Angels?
That's the crazy part about it. The Padres used to have, a top 5 one, and then they make these trades the last 3 or 4 years. And now they're toward the bottom, but they're still not where the Angels are. Yeah, but
I think
you
they're
can
number
tell that
19
they
right now.
feels lower than that. Well, it's going to be eventually. Um,
Yeah, it
they're
is for
really
sure after
going
today.
right. They're really going for it. No matter what, like this is the year to do it. Uh, and with the ongoing, money issue from no, TV deal, lowering the payroll budget every year, it feels like last year was the only shot, and they just keep selling that they're trying to do it this year and just worrying about the future when it comes. But it's a very scary thing if you can't win it all at least once.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to live with that forever and not have a future. And that's a very scary thing, even with all the contracts that they have. You're gonna still have. It's like the NBA when they tried to do big threes, and you put like the league minimum players around them, and you try to fill out a roster. That's what I feel like San Diego's going to have to do. They did get Mason Miller, which I think still has like 4.5 years of control. But from that, there's going to be a lot of questions about their future. So they have to win now.
That is true. Breaking news: VT says source Perry Manassian is in talks with Olive Garden on acquiring the tour of Italy for lunch.
I'm
Nice.
for that every
Hey,
day.
that's
Yeah.
underrated. I don't want to go political, but Ted Cruz just tweeted about the Korea trade, so there's that.
There you go. Yeah. Yeah, it's been a pretty crazy 24 hours. There was, I will say, Jeff Bates was saying he didn't think that it was going to be a super crazy trade deadline.
I said it's gonna be a dud. You know what? I'm an idiot. I would unsubscribe from me right now if I were you.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. He does some good stuff over there.
Oh yeah, the content is good. I watch when they play the Angels, especially the reactions and then the fans' reactions. To a misplay by the Rangers. It's really really fun to watch that. I mean, it's not fun for y'all, but
Yes, react to the Carlos Correa trade. It's even better.
Yeah. Here's something I want to ask Jared. Jared, did you get a chance to see the crowd reaction last night at the game that the Halo boys pulled off? I made my way over there as a clown too, and it was
Clown.
yeah, I was dressed up. Jared, I love the energy, man. And I know you were here during the playoff times and got to see a lot of playoff baseball. So did I. I know Fernando was too, as well as James. It kind of felt like that, but in a different way. There was chanting. It felt like a college vibe. Do you think that's something that the Angels have to embrace? Because I know they put it up a lot on the screen. They put it on social media and stuff. But is that something to help this team moving forward? I mean, is it basically, is that a ongoing positive thing that the Angels can embrace?
I think the Angels as an organization can definitely embrace it 100%. I think it's awesome. I remember going to playoff games. I went to an Angels Yankees game. I went to Angels Red Sox. I've been to quite a few playoff games. It was a lot of fun. It felt like a Dodger, or not Dodger game. I'm sorry. It felt like a soccer game in a sense. Like there were some crazy chants going on out there. I wasn't there, but I was listening to it on the TV, and my wife looks over at me and she's like, "Are they chanting? What are they chanting?" I was like, "It sounds like sell the team."
Yeah.
Or it sounds like Artie, or it sounds like Artie sucks or something like that. She's like, "Yeah, that's what I thought it was." I was like, "Yeah, I think that's what it is." So I mean, I think the org can't embrace that, but I definitely think that they did a fantastic job of embracing what was going on. Anytime you can get that type of publicity, absolutely do it. Like it's good for the org. It's going to sell tickets. It's going to put butts in seats. I would love to see them get the Halo, whatever they're called, the Thunder Sticks back again. Like that's cool. That type of stuff. That reminds me of my past. Yeah,
This is when you won, people. You're rally monkey. Come on.
Yeah. I think really the only thing that's gonna, like, and this is such a just generic broad answer, but I think the only thing that's gonna really help put butts in seats to where it used to be is winning games. Like
Absolutely.
like the games that I used to go to when I was in high school and like my early college years, like those were really fun games to go to. They were winning games. You could almost guarantee they were going to win games or at least be competitive. And And yeah, they had Mike Trout and they had Pujols. They had these big names, but like they were winning baseball games, which was a lot more fun than going to a game and expecting them to lose and such like that. So yes, they can 100% embrace it, and that puts butts in seats. But I think at the end of the day, you need to go win ball games as well.
Angels top 30 prospect Mitch Ferris scratched from his scheduled start in Rocket City. That's just by Beyond the Halo. No idea if there's any weight to it. It's just, what's been reported right now.
Well, that could be possible movement right there as well. I will say this to Jared's point too. Like when they started, everything was going great. There was no negativity until poor Erica Weston came down the aisle to do an in-game interview, and then that's when he got to sell the team chance. So it did remind me a lot too, guys, of Oakland when they get close to the postseason, when they were up in the Coliseum, and you'd have I forget what they call them, the Wild Bunch, James, or
oh my God.
They bring out the kazoos and the flags, and they were standing the whole time, and I felt, man, it really feels good to have the Angels doing something positive like this, and the fans' reaction last night was great.
Yeah, I forgot what they were called, but you know what was unfortunate? Like I was listening to the radio to the game. I just cease to Houston. I figured one they're standing.
What?
Oh,
But yesterday, I was listening to the game, and those chants really stood out because there was only 28,000, probably 26,000. I want to see a Saturday night firework night with the Halo boys and everybody dressed up. I think that would be even more electric. It would sound like a playoff game.
True. But like Jared said, you need to have a winner on the field. So,
what is that?
Yeah. And Jared, like with the talent they've got, I got to ask you another question too before I get over to Rob. With the talent they got so far on the field, if they were to embrace small ball in a way more often and playing to not the exit velocity type deal, do you think that would help out offensively? Because they do have some strengths on this team, even though they have a lot of weaknesses.
Yeah, this is something that I've actually been meaning to bring up for a little while now, and I feel like it's definitely part of the reason why they haven't been able to develop to the major leagues. Is you look at guys in the minor leagues, say Nelson Rada, who's going and stealing bases, and that's what's making him fairly valuable. I think he has 35 stolen bases on the year. Luis Renifo, when he was in the Angels minor league system, and even with Tampa Bay, he had stolen 50, 70 bases in a season, and all of a sudden you bring those types of guys up, and they're not stealing bases at all. Like you're losing a lot of value out of those players. You're not putting them in those situations to go and steal bases, go and do their thing. Like I know Mike Trout's getting hurt, but even there was a time where it was like, damn, Mike Trout could be a 40-40 guy. Shohei Ohtani was a 50-50 guy the year after they traded him, and the Angels wouldn't let him steal bases. Like it kind of starts with that, right? Like bunting's a big part of the game for sure. Like I think that Wayne and Gooby were talking about it. Like this is a good opportunity to squeeze a guy in. I think they had Campero up last night, maybe in the 7th inning with runners on 2nd and 3rd or something like that. And it was like, oh, it's a good opportunity to squeeze or something like that. So yeah, I think it's part of the game. I really do. I think that a lot of teams are forgetting about that, but I also think that you need to put your players in right situations as well. Like Christian Moore could be a 30-30 guy, and I don't think he's going to go out there and steal very many bases. He's a quick player. So yeah, that's one of the big things that worries me about bringing up somebody like Nelson Rada or Christian Moore or anybody like that. Is like, are you going to utilize these guys correctly? Like, I know you don't want to steal bases, but that's a big part of what's making them valuable at the end of the day. So same thing with bunting. Like, I think that that's a huge aspect of the game. I know that I didn't answer your question about bunting very well, but I think that it's completely missing from what the Angels are doing and why they're having a tough time developing players. So
it's sad in my opinion, because I think, like they say it all the time in football, speed kills, but it does in baseball too. I mean, if you're able to steal bases, if you're able to be fast in the outfield, cover, the defense good as well. I mean, it just kills I just see it too many times where the Angels just have this, mindset or this game plan for all their players instead of just like one or two guys, and I think when they're trying to ask everybody to hit the ball as hard and as far as they can, I think it's a detriment to what they can do. I mean, sometimes you just got to take what the pitcher gives you. You got to work to the situation, like you said. And I think it has a lot of us longtime fans of the Angels being like, man, I miss the days of Social when he would just be like, hey, the third inning is going to be different the second time around. I think we're going to try to approach the pitcher this way, in the batter's box. And he would call exactly almost every at bat. So I know we don't have to go that far, but I mean, it would be nice to see more adjustments, because I've seen a few games where they actually do adjust and it works out perfect, but they don't seem to do that very often. That's not more often than not.
Hey, Jared, is there any part of you that's surprised that the Nationals have sold the way they have? I mean, they are praised for having such a good core as well. Very similar to us. It seems like, obviously they're not contending as much as we are right now. But are you surprised at all that they're even taking phone calls on guys like Gore from what we're hearing?
It depends on when they think their window opens, right? Like, I think for the Angels next year, I think the window starts to open. So I think that's why we're kind of seeing them be where they're supposed to be, what they're doing right now. On the Nationals standpoint, on the Nationals front, I just don't think they've had the season that they were expecting. And they might have been expecting this, but they have a very good young core group of players. I mean, Abrams, Woods, Kenzie Gore, you already mentioned it. I mean, they drafted Eli Willits #1 overall. Like they have a good young core group of guys that's going to be pretty good for a long time, thanks to the Padres. So yeah, I'm not surprised actually that they're selling. I think that they're going to go try to get as many pieces as they can to make this make their success in the near future sustainable for quite a while, quite a long ways to go, rather than just be a one and done type of team. I think that they have a very good chance to win a World Series, and it's going to sound really weird, but like in 2030 and beyond, like I think that's going to be a very dangerous team, even in the NL East. But at that point, I mean, the Phillies may not be who they are. The Mets, they may still be spending a lot of money, but still may not be who they are. You never know what the Marlins are going to be. So yeah, I'm both surprised and not surprised. I'd be surprised if they sell Mackenzie Gore. I'd be very surprised on that one.
The Marlins never know what they're going to be either, in all fairness. They go from champions to not.
All right, Jared, I know you got to get going here soon. We really appreciate your time. And again, if you haven't subscribed and you're an Angel fan of this network that we do here on Heedy, you got to go over to Talking Halos. They are just as cool, if not cooler. We really appreciate their time out there that they put in, and they put in a lot of research too. They really break it down. So we appreciate your time again, Jared. Tell the fellas we said hi as well. And hopefully we'll have some news, because no Angels news broke when you were on or the other guys. So we were hoping that would be the instant reaction thing. So check their social media for if and when something does happen.
Well, I mean, I'll say this. I don't know. I mean, Mitch Ferris is pitching tomorrow. They're just going bullpen day today in Rocket City, it looks like. So nothing too concerning there with Mitch Ferris. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, right. But no, yeah, I appreciate you guys having me on. I really do. And no, we're definitely not as cool as anybody else. We like to argue with each other and talk shit with each other. So yeah, we're definitely not as cool as what you guys are making out to be. But I appreciate you guys having me on and talking baseball. I'll do this whenever you guys want to. I love it.
Good stuff, Jared. Good seeing you,
Jared.
Thanks. See you guys.
All right, there goes Jared right there. Appreciate his time. We got Rob still on here, Jeff Bates.
Yeah.
And James.
And I know Jeff is about to head on to do his show as well. Okay, so Jeff, still about an hour, a little over an hour, and obviously there's going to be some moves afterward that dribble in here. In your opinion right now, Rangers aren't done, right? They still have some work to do. They got to roll their sleeves a little bit, right?
We definitely have some work to do, but I bet we're done, and I think that's about the luxury tax. So we just added $3 million with Colomb. I've been trying to see what we've sent away. I've not. If there's a report out there, someone let me know. So, but if we didn't send any money back, I get it. The luxury tax money, it's an estimate, but I've seen reports that we had as little as $1 million and as high as 5.1, I think. So it depends on who you believe. If we had 5 to play with and we just spent 3, if we only sold non-major league contracts back, I guess we have $2 million to play with, and there are some arms out there that you could get for that. But I think we're probably done. I would love to be wrong. Tommy Pham, I keep seeing people talking about. I don't think I believe it, but whatever. I'll keep hearing about the first baseman D.H. O'Hearn. I don't believe that for a second. He's a left-handed swinger, and it doesn't make any sense at all to me. I think, rarities for who? John a great salary. Who would take him right now? He just got back off a broken wrist. I think that if we could move some salary, which I don't think we can, that would open up the door for the next couple hours, but I just don't think it's happening. If it is, it's a little tiny baby move. I think that Colom's probably we're in a battle with the Mariners and the Astros for the West and a couple other teams for some wildcard spots. And we're going to come in third in the trade deadline battle for sure. I mean, Seattle may have won yesterday. Houston may have won today. I mean, it's hard to say, but we got to worry about us. We can't worry about them, and we needed another arm in the pen. Martin's out. He's our 8th inning guy. Colom's going to take that spot for sure. And if we did something else, I would take it as icing on the cake. So I hope I'm wrong. I hope we add more. I don't see it happening, but I would love for them to go get Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig somehow.
Yeah, you are very you're a very optimistic Rangers fan. For better or worse, that's you've always kind of prided yourself.
That's what people tell me. I don't know if I agree with that take, but hey, I also think I'm skinny. So what do I know?
I think I am too.
You are.
So Jeff, let me ask you this. So let's just say that is the move. There is nothing else for the Rangers. Are you concerned so far that the Astros have taken a step forward?
Yeah.
Seattle has taken 20 steps forward, seemingly.
Yeah.
Okay. What
I've been saying is we're going to get the Astros who have a better roster. Jordan looks like he's coming back. That's scary on its own. And I don't want anyone to get hurt. Nobody tag this and say I'm a jerk. I mean, you do what you want. I don't really care. But Paredes being out for the year, I was pretty happy about it. Let's be real. I mean, he's mashing. Left field's like 47 feet behind third base, so he's perfect for there. And they lost him. Bregman ain't coming back. So I like the outfield being bad. I like third baseman being a hole. Well, Correa slides over to third. I don't know what the deal is with Payne, if he's coming back or not. I don't know. But they've got 37. They got more people on the IL than they have on their active roster. And this guy was enjoying that very much. But, if you're adding Correa and you're adding Cease and we're adding Colom, I mean, I love the Colom pickup. But I'm not going to pretend like it's more valuable than Cease and Correa. I mean, come on. And Suarez in Seattle.
Yeah, that's fair.
Well, I heard we're looking at a few Savannah bananas, so there is hope.
I just want Libby Dunn. Everybody wants Skeens. I just want Libby Dunn.
Wow.
You know what? I wouldn't say no to that either.
Right. I got to go,
wow.
though, guys. Thank you. And I'll be back anytime. And you guys are the best.
Appreciate it, Jeff.
Thank you.
All right,
see you next time.
Hey, guys, real quick, too. I mean, from these guys talking, right? We listened to Jared Tam, listen to Jeff. Everyone has a strategy. And the Angels, we just seem to be winging it year in and year out, right? Over and over again. And this is the result. I know we're talking about the Padres. Oh, they're selling everybody. What are they going to have left? But honestly, they don't mortgage the farm out. They get players in, but at the same time, they know their value and when to get out, aka like Juan Soto, they got out. Dylan Cease, they're getting out. So these are teams with a plan, organizational plan overall. On like Jared Timms was talking about, what's their window? They see their window now, and I honestly think this too with Houston. Their window is in the next 2 to 3 years, and then it's done. So the Angels, we still haven't found that, and that's. Could it be Artie, like everyone's saying? Could it be Artie, Sam, and Jared hit it? Could be him. It could be Perry. But when is your window for the Angels? People say next year. Jared was saying next year. I do think it's soon. Next year is tough for me because I look at it. We don't have pitching. And I said that from the start, right? We need pitching. We don't have it. And then now we're looking at pitching still. But watching these other teams, they mortgage guys. They sell guys off when they know it's done. Taylor Ward. If he brings in the most, if the deal was there, I would take it. I do worry about replacing him next year. That was my biggest thing. But Kenley Jansen, Yohan Moncada, Luis Rengifo, most likely they're going to price us out. And the Angels' lack of strategy or lack of humility at that point, too, just to accept a loss and call it a day, which I think Texas is doing, too, especially with Houston getting Cease. I mean, this deadline, this is not a make or break for us, but we're breaking this franchise down. I think you're going to be another 6 years behind if you don't do something today.
Oh, go ahead, Fernando.
No. I was agreeing, but go ahead.
I was just going to say, that's absolutely correct. I mean, because we wanted this team to take one or or one of the other stance. We didn't want the in between. I know we've had a few people on here that have been saying in the comments, stand pat, stand pat. I and JCH I think is one of them, and that's fine. That's always good too if you got a plan. But then you got to think at the end of the season, you're going to be letting these players that have these 1-year contracts just fall off and not get anything in return when there is value in moving these guys. And yes, you'd have to sit there and say, okay, are we all in? Then we need to make that Shane Bieber move. That's not going to cost us too much. Or if we're going to make the move to just get a player that it's low cost, high reward type thing. Or if we're going to sell, then yeah, let's entertain these Mankatas, the Andersons, the Renifos, the Jansens. Let's try to restock that farm system. And I think for most Angel fans plugged in, that's what they want to do. That's what they wanted to do. And again, we talked about the records. Could this be a team that, gets, to the playoffs? No, I think nobody thought that. But we did think that, okay, if we're not going to make the postseason, let's at least try to, get to 500 and revamp the team at the same time. It's doable. But like Rob's saying, man, this could set us back if we do stand pat. So there's bad to everything that we can possibly do. If we could either oversell or we can undersell and be screwed either way.
Padres continue to make moves. Infielder Will Wagner of the Toronto Blue Jays is heading over in exchange for Brandon Valenzuela. So I'm hearing from my sources that the Padres are going to cancel all minor league seasons because they have nobody to play anymore. I mean, with the moves they're making. No, the Padres are an example of a team that has a plan, right? And you know what? It might be a plan that in a couple of years they're going to ignore. James and I both grew up in San Diego. Obviously, James is still in that area. The Padres were always kind of that laughing stock when I was growing up and when James was growing up, right? They would continuously flip for lottery tickets and they would never actually wait for those guys to hit. Rizzo was traded. Jason Bay was traded. They got rid of Max Fried, Trey Turner. There's so many guys that went through the Padres system and they just never allowed those guys to come to fruition because the Padres could have been much better if they would have held on a handful of those guys. And you see the Padres doing that again. But once again, they know what they want, right? Their goal right now is to play competitive games down the stretch. Their goal is to make the playoffs, and their goal is to ultimately win the World Series. And if you're a team like the Padres, you kind of have the ability to do that, right? Because here's the thing. They don't technically have a legitimate owner, right? Obviously, since, Peter Seidler, is that his name?
Mm-hmm.
Passed away. Obviously, now the family kind of took over. The wife is like, hey, where's my share in the team? And we still don't know what's going to happen with it. So they have a very, very, very tight budget to work with. But look, even with that, the Padres are putting their chips in. And that's smart because they don't know what next year is going to bring, right? They need to go all in. The Angels are in a prime position right now where people are buying like crazy. Seriously, guys, if I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. But the Angels could replenish the farm system to Kingdom Come right now if they were to sell. Guys, Moncada, Rengifo, Jansen, these are 3 guys that could net us a combined at least 5 to 6 guys. And you know what? Even if you only hit on 1 or 2 of those guys, that is going to help us next year and the year after that. I've said it, Todd has said it, and James has said it. I believe that next year we could be a playoff team. I think at least next year we are definitely going to be in a position to be buyers next year, and it's going to make a little bit more sense. Right now, the Angels need to be realistic, right? You have $15. I'm trying to think, what's something you can get for $15 these days? You have a Subway sandwich, right?
Combo.
Yeah. A Subway. You know what? You got a Big Mac combo, okay? And
The
someone's
T-Pain meal.
offering you 3 double-doubles from In-N-Out. Okay, you know what? Yeah, that's a little bit better. It's not a ton better, but you know what? It's still better than what you have right now. So the Angels need to put themselves in that position to have a little bit better than what they have right now. Because look, the Astros have gotten significantly better. The Mariners today and yesterday have gotten significantly better. And you know what? Even the Rangers made a small tweak. We'll see. They still have an hour to make a move. But right now, the Angels aren't doing anything. And Perry, you need to be realistic here. You got an hour. Your butt is against the wall, and you got to figure out what you're doing because standing pat is not going to work out for us.
Yeah, I really don't see in any way how that's legitimately a good way to go. I don't see the stand pat thing as something that is viable, in my opinion. I really think you got to choose a side. And man, what do you think, James? I mean, it's eerily quiet, man. We're not even hearing we're not even seeing like anything popping up like, hey, the Angels are interested or they're talking to or something like that.
Yeah, thank you to the comments for people saying that I look like I work in another industry, which I'm not built for, let's just say. Oh, by the way, Todd, the Oakland 68s is what that right field crew was in Oakland, and all the people making noise and all that.
Okay.
I forgot all about them. Of course, it's only been 1 year. But going back to the Angels, you got to believe, Artie's in town and he's in the war room, so to speak. And he's just nixing every deal that Perry has cooked up. You just have that feeling. And it's an unsettling feeling because other teams would have made that deal just like now, just, an hour ago or yesterday, whatever the case have been. Those guys would have been gone. Those players would have been gone, and we all would have been happy with the return. Like I said, for the Jansen deal and Ward to go to LA or Philly, it would help both teams, depending on what you get back. Literally, it would help both teams. So I really want that to happen, but I feel like Artie's nixing every deal in there. And it's unfortunate because I really wanted the Angels to get back to playing Major League Baseball. And it feels minor the last couple of years or more. And then the farm system is basically high school. And it just feels like everybody is a step back, honestly. And I was getting the thought maybe about half an hour ago, the closer we get to 3:00, the more we get pissed. It feels like last year,
the same thing happened last
all
year.
over again, because there was Tyler Anderson pitching at his best apex, right? He was good to go, and teams had eyes on him. Now you have Hendricks, and now you have Jansen. You have Renifo who could walk. You have Ward with control. You have Adele playing at his best. You have Detmers that will probably never be this good, in the bullpen, right? So the players are at their best right now to trade, and there's 56 minutes left. It's not looking good, and it's more reason to buy the sell to shirt teams that I think we have going, right, Todd?
Yeah, and not only that, there was I forgot to bring it up to Jared too. Later in the game last night, they brought in the jumbotron. They were showing right field, and they literally a fan turned around and he had to sell the team shirt or sell the team Artie came on the jumbotron, and they quickly moved off of him. But that just got the fans even more into it. So yeah, I feel you, man. The closer we get to this deadline, I don't see any kind of major move. All those guys that we thought that, okay, maybe we can bolster the rotation, we could bolster the bullpen. Because I was saying on the post-game show, maybe, a legit number 2 starter like Ryan or Bieber, and then you add the bullpen piece. And then, like Jared was saying, 2 players better than – get 2 depth pieces better than Lamont Wade Jr. and also Newman, and you're in a good spot. I think those 4 spots wouldn't cost you too much if you're willing to contend. But again, just like we've brought up, like Lone Star's brought up, they're never telling us if they're going to contend, what they're going to do. And I don't think that they're very sure within the league, like what the Angels are going to do. So maybe certain teams aren't asking for players.
They know
Los
that they
Angeles
can get him
Dodgers are
later.
acquiring outfielder Alex Call from the Washington Nationals. So the Dodgers finally waking up. They've been, pretty quiet, surprisingly. I mean, they haven't gotten exactly any giant fish. I know they made a couple of trades, but nowhere near like I've been expecting so far. They were rumored for a little while with Luis Robert or whatever from the
Mhm.
White Sox.
Mm.
And then
And it-
I was thinking Cedric Mullins all this time, but they needed a power outfield bat, not a slap hitter like Mullins is.
Yeah,
Boy,
Randall Hurd to the Padres was also surprising, because I feel like they also needed some power.
imagine if the Angels didn't, if they had made that trade. Yeah, we'd have donut eating Jock Peterson. We would have lost Stripling, but we would have had Pagaz right now. And that guy was a steal for the Dodgers. Imagine him out there roaming. We wouldn't have a right field problem right now. We probably wouldn't have Soler on the roster either.
And Trout would have, easily took the DH role earlier. There was a comment I think CH had earlier saying about, if we sell now, what about next year? But I think most of the fan base now is good with starting over, or retooling that farm system.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just one guy in the way of it. And then I think Big Whomever had Big Red Faithful had a comment where I think he said Perry is at Bruheim getting faded instead of in the war room. So I love that one.
Hey, I heard that he just got SummerSlam tickets. He used code HITI, HITI at checkout for 10% off from 714 Tickets. Good for
Yeah,
him.
714 Tickets is the place to go if you want tickets. They will hook you up, no doubt.
Yo, do you want to take a quick second to thank the sponsors, Todd? We've gone quite a while without thanking all of them.
Yeah, I will say this: 714 Tickets again, like we've been bringing up here just a minute ago. You can get in anywhere. It does. It's you support local, but they take care of national. So if you are a Nationals fan and you're on the East Coast and you want to use 714 Tickets, you can, and they have ticket prices there. And then also you can that are good. There's no service fees. There's no extra charges, no taxes. And the price you see is the price you get, plus the 10% off by using our code HITI in the apply now. And it's not like other podcasts where it says, okay, you can only use this once when you sign up.
Your first purchase.
Yeah, it's over and over and over. And then as far as Max Market Pros, if you're looking to get your company to the next level, if you're looking to be at the top of the list as far as even an Etsy person, but you want to be at the top of Google and your social media to be great, they are great in structuring your business out for you. Just mention Halos in the Infield and they'll hook you up right there. Plus you got Bruheim for beer specials. Just mention Halos in the Infield when you go see them. And then also OC Dugout for the best sports memorabilia, buy, sell, and trade. We always do business with them, and they have good autograph signings too. So be on the lookout for them. If you haven't followed them, follow them and find out.
I was just thinking, look at the background of the Lone Star's room. You think he got some stuff from OC Dugout? You bet.
Yeah.
I really thought Stephen Kwan was going to get traded, the left fielder from Cleveland. I thought he would go back home to Fremont and play for the Giants, or the Dodgers would go get him. But I think the Dodgers settled with Alex Call. A lot of teams are settling right now, it seems like, or they're just waiting to the last second to get a deal.
Yeah,
or
like it's
settling
eBay.
like Miami is. I feel like Miami have a couple of players that they can move. Of course, Alcantara, but the price is just too damn high.
Yep. Courtney checks in with, you'll never convince me that this franchise cares about winning. We give guys days off, though a day off is coming the next day. No productive at bats and no productive outs. So, she ain't lying, guys. We've said it many times this year when they've had a chance to strangle the series with the opponent when they've already won the first two games, and they're like, these guys are tired. And they have a day off right after, bro. I mean, I just don't understand. We don't have the killer mentality, and we also just don't play to our players' strengths. And it seems like a lot of times we make a lot of just very bad decisions, whether it's bullpen usage or lineups. And I mean, we had a question asked earlier. I mean, what are your guys' thoughts on Ray Montgomery? Is he a viable candidate to bring back, or you want him, or you just want to clean house with that coaching staff?
Let me mention. Let me go first. I mean, real quick. He's got them hitting better and drawing walks better. That's one thing I think you mentioned, Todd, in one of your post games. The fire's a little back. You saw that, I think, on what was that, Tuesday, when Trout got hit and 4 Angels total got hit that night. He went over to go, flow his arms in the air at the pitching coach, I think, of Texas, or the bench coach, I should say. That started that whole little get together. But little things like that add up. But of course, there's been some decisions that are some head scratchers. That's going to come from a guy who's never managed before, though. So that's a tough job. Obviously, he's not going to be the guy coming back after this season, at least to manage. It's going to be someone else. It's just another problem the Angels going to have. And I was trying to think, how many managers are the Angels paying for still? Does it go back to Osmus? When they got Madden?
The Osmus one was a 3-year contract.
Right.
I think Madden's last year was last. So I think right now it really is only just, you can't really count Montgomery. So I think it's just one Washington, but I will look at that real quick.
But it's crazy. Montgomery's been with this franchise as a bench coach or in some sort of way. Most of these coaches have been since Madden and a little bit before. So they haven't had a real true clean out of the entire staff. Like there's always been somebody that, that the owner loves. Artie's like, no, I like that guy. I like this guy. And they've been around because we saw, they were in love with the 2 hitting coaches forever. I even forgot their names. We used to do them for Nacho Night all the time. Sereno and the other dude. Yeah. And forever. So.
Wait, right before Sereno?
No.
Marcus Thames.
Yeah, Thames too.
Yeah.
But we've had these guys on the roster and the staff for a while. So if you're looking to change a culture, if you're looking to change a way a team plays, you gotta clear out everybody, man. So if the manager comes in, you gotta let him bring in an entire staff, I believe.
Okay, so I gotta believe this last half hour or so coming up, the Diamondbacks have to get busy right now.
Yeah, John Heyman about a minute ago, Rangers were trying to get Dylan Cease, and now they're deep in talks with Merrill Kelly.
There you go.
About Merrill Kelly, I should say, of course.
It's either Boston, Houston, Texas, maybe the Yankees too for Merrill Kelly. It's, all these teams that need a starter.
Yeah, the fact that, man, the Angels are literally just sitting with their thumb in their ass is crazy. I mean, because last year, we got the Estevez deal, we got the Luis Garcia deal, and for a while it seemed like Perry wasn't doing anything because I remember the comment section going ballistic, like, what are we doing? But right now, we should be even more frustrated.
Yeah, it feels like last year, but even more because there's more people that we could trade. I like Mira Montes production saying that old car commercial. Old, I think what's her name is saying that. I love that. But you know me, I just wanted to sell everything and start over, but smart things don't happen.
Yeah, and to JCH right here, it's not always the first thing. Usually it's get rid of the owner, and a new owner would do wonders for this franchise despite what people think. And as far as the coaching staff, yeah, when they're not hitting on all the same cylinders and they're not making the right moves, yeah, you got to consider that as well. And right now we're trying to tweak the talent. It's not like we're saying fire the entire staff right now, but if we're trying to tweak the talent and tweak the future, and they're not doing anything, it's like, dude, like literally, I mean, we talked about this earlier in the year. Perry's got an enormous draft coming up, and he's gotten through that. The jury's still out on that. We won't know the fruits of his labor for another 2 or 3 years if he did a successful job or not on the draft. But we did know that he needed to sell or at least maximize the team's value as far as players and the talent during the deadline, whether it's adding guys or selling to acquire newer, younger talent. And right now it is kind of depressing that we're this far into the show, over 2 hours now, and there hasn't been anything, but just barely coming out right now. Corey over there on TikTok saying the Angels are linked or right now talking with the Dodgers about Dustin May, and also to Ohio about Stephen Kwan. So
Yeah, good luck with that.
I don't see either of those. I know Dustin May, I think the Dodgers want to keep him for long relief, especially in the playoff game. And then Kwan, it's either going to be now or in the offseason when they lose him.
It would be nice because isn't he a SoCal guy, Kwan?
No, up in Fremont. That's why I thought there'd be a connection with the San Francisco Giants, because they need a left fielder. The Dodgers would have to pay more. The Giants, with Elliot Ramos in left, he's a sketchy left fielder. He's got a little power, but I think Kwan would, make them even stronger. We've seen Perry's younger brother do so well in San Francisco as the GM. Will do well, but he's taken a lot of risk with Devers, Willie Adames, and then Matt Chapman before him.
Yeah, and how crazy is it that Devers trade has been their downfall, really?
Yeah, it's amazing when you get rid of a so-called cancer out of your clubhouse, and Red Sox have just went on from there. I thought they would get busy and get a first baseman, but Ron O'Hearn was in their division. As you just tweeted, the Rangers sent Garrett Horn, a lefty, to Minnesota to complete that Danny Colom deal. Whatever. I don't know. I don't know how much that helps Texas, but it doesn't help them with the money situation. Like Jeff came in, and I really like his content. That was good stuff. Because I never knew Rangers. Don't get this wrong. I never knew Rangers had like some good baseball fans. I'm not like I'm sorry about remember when Josh Hamilton first came here, and he said, yeah, Arlington isn't really a baseball town, and I've been wrong about that for years.
Jared Sims just tweeted that the Angels should have traded for Carlos Correa, put him at third base, then traded Jansen to the Dodgers for a package around Outman, and that would have set him up at third base and center field for years to come.
But that'd be putting more money on the books, and I don't think Artie wants that with Correa.
Yeah, I mean, I will say that the good news is that after next season, we will finally be rid of Anthony Rendon, and I can promise you guys right now, we are going to throw a party. We are going to have a party.
Yeah, I don't think he suits up for us next year either.
Eric Sorry, Marty. I'll go shave right now.
Yeah. Eric says, look at Madden's hire. Did Joe suddenly become a shitty manager when he came back here? No, it's the way the organization is run.
Yeah.
I have to agree with that.
Absolutely.
Because he wanted to play his style, but the players, just like Socha's last year's, were not his style players.
Yeah.
Exactly. Oh, okay, and all of a sudden the Rangers are closing in on a deal to acquire Merrill Kelly. Not official yet. They are just closing in on a deal. So we will see.
Fitting how Jeff goes to his program and
all of a sudden
comes up, and then the Astros will end up getting Cease right after this. It's like both teams are going back and forth.
Yeah, Jeff can't really have
anymore.
He can't have too much of a high. He's just not allowed. He's not
allowed. Higashioka, Dan.
Yeah, see, Courtney's right there. Like I said before, and we brought it up. You either got to do one or two things. You got to not go fully in, but you got to be cautiously optimistic, and you got to make moves that help the team, not hurt the team. But you got to show the fans that you're engaged, and you're trying to make a run. And then, as far as selling, you got to be able to maximize the return. And right now, standing pat, you want to talk about a team that's going to get a big F on the report card. If we stand pat right here and do absolutely nothing, our trade was yesterday, that's a big FU to the fans, man. I mean, that's very disappointing, no matter how you look at the season so far.
eBay 1 of 1, who I think is a neighbor of mine or somewhere near. He says, checking back in. Did we do anything yet? Nah, it's the same thing. Higoshi. Oh,
that's because I can't say that name right. I just was calling him something else, so I guess I'll try that. Higashioka.
Hey, good news.
Yeah,
Ben Verlander just mentioned us.
What did Ben Verlander say?
He said, my what are you doing list? Red Sox, Tigers, Blue Jays, Cubs, Angels, Blue Jays. He put Blue Jays twice. What a dumbass. Brewers, Braves, Rangers, Giants.
Oh, jeez.
I'll tell you what. I thought the Cubs would go out and get another starter. I don't think they did yesterday, but I thought they would have. Well, I know they're cautiously trying to re-sign Kyle Tucker in the back in the offseason. He's going to get big money. And shout out to eBay. Yeah, maybe I'll see you around. Who knows? But yeah, I thought the Cubs, because they're in first place. Milwaukee overtook them. I thought the Cubs were going to make a move. I know they have a lot of young pieces. I don't think they thought they would be this good this year. But yeah, I thought the Cubs would get busy. Diamondbacks on their way. Orioles, I guess they traded who they needed to. I'm trying to think of another team like Boston. Yeah, Boston would be the one to get some more offense, but possibly get another starter. Yankees, the same damn thing, but I think they're close to trading Jazz Chisholm home in a deal if that came up. But like you said, the Rangers are close to getting Kelly. I think Boston is trying to one-up them as we speak.
If the Rangers do get Kelly, man, I'm going to be very, very, very upset because then, not for them, but because then if we really do stand pat and nothing comes down to the wire, which right now I'm starting to lose hope myself, it's just going to get increasingly frustrating because it's going to be like, great, guys, we did nothing. And what did that get us? You know what I mean? It's just like everyone else is passing you. You know, if you're in a NASCAR race and you're 3 laps down and everyone just keeps passing you, it's because, you know, you blew a tire. You don't have any spare tires. Your picker forgot them. You know, what are you going to do? You're going to keep trying to win the race? It's just that might have been the worst analogy ever.
I think the problem is if you're me, the solution is you never have hope in this team in the first place. And I've just grown out of it the last 6-7 years. That's like, nothing's going to change, and I'm still in that position right now.
Yeah, because all we've been hearing is,
"Oh no, we suck again."
Yeah, that's true, Andrew.
So, but
Andrew says like the last 5 minutes teams wait. You know, on 23 there was a bunch of deals like after 3 o'clock or whatever it was.
Yeah, that's why we always go 30 minutes after because you know you're always gonna get those little last minute raindrops there.
Well, don't worry. Yeah, can you guys hear the sound bites or no?
I can hear it.
Okay, they want to play this one because Bundy was a little fat.
This fat son of a bitch is gonna drown us all out.
Calm down, okay?
It's official. The Texas Rangers are acquiring right-handed pitcher Merrill Kelly from the Arizona Diamondbacks. So there you have it. Perry, if you are watching this, get your fat ass up and trade everyone possible because it's not happening for you, pal. You got a better chance of DMing Summer Rae and getting her to sleep with you. It's not happening, pal. We are cooked. It is done. I mean, you know what?
Put down the Big Macs.
Yeah, man, sell. Something that should have happened a while ago, but you know what? You're going to find a team that's desperate out there. I don't know. I think the Dodgers are still probably desperate. Somebody wants Rengifo. Get rid of him.
Yes, I take him for sure.
I'm trying to think of who needs a second baseman that will pay the last second more ransom. Well, he can play third though too. Yeah, never mind. He can play third as well.
I love it how they say, "Can we just play Buttercup or Savage Garden, Todd? It's over. Back it
I'll
up."
be in your wish.
You know
I'll
what,
be
man?
in
Go
your
ahead.
dreams.
Go ahead.
I'll be your
Hit us with the Savage
fantasy.
Garden real quick.
I don't even have that one on here anymore because we got
'Cause I'm
copyrighted last year.
counting on a new beginning.
I got the Buttercup one. Well, here, let's
Okay,
play this
sure.
one because we know whose fault it is first.
It's me. Hi, I'm the problem. I'm the problem. It's me. Hi, I'm the problem. I'm the problem.
And let's play the Buttercup with the Three Amigos.
Dear little buttercup, won't you stay out? When? You and I will settle down in a cottage built for two. Dear little buttercup, sweet little buttercup, my little buttercup, I love you.
Last one I got is Houston Astros fans laughing at the division, or at least telling us this.
Oh no! What happened? Oh no! How terrible! That's just awful! How terrible! Oh no!
That's about where we're at right now.
You know what? If you play some Deos, I think we'll gain some momentum and trades will
There you
start
go. Yeah,
happening.
Terry's just asleep.
As much
but
as
when
I
he hears the
hate
Deos-
Deos, as much as I hate them, it usually gets the crowd going. It's electric.
All right, let's play a couple of them then.
Play 3 of them.
There you go.
There's your
Terry,
three.
Terry just woke up, guys. I have it on good authority. He just woke up because he heard the Deos. Okay, he took his nap after getting his Dave's Hot Chicken DoorDash from across the street. He's awake now. He's buzzing off of that Bruheim discount because he mentioned Halos in the infield. He got those SummerSlam tickets on 714 tickets. Man, my guy is ready like he just did coke in the 80s. He's gonna.
Yeah. Caesar says, "Let me ask you guys a question." Perry, Perry works for Artie. He tells him what to do. Perry probably wants to sell, but he can't do anything. I guess the question is that true?
I think it is. That's what I've been saying.
Yeah, I mean, I think it is. I mean, the Angels just haven't been able to pick a lane over the last decade, right? I mean, if anybody heard the interview with Ty Buttrey, a guy who was in the organization, he had said that he believes that the negative with the Angels is the fact that they just have this revolving door of, switching managers, switching GMs.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that, there's no roots that are planted, right? Because of that, there's really no legitimacy on a plan just because, you're starting something with Billy Epler. Billy Epler's trying to work at it. All of a sudden, you fire Billy Epler, you bring in Perry. Perry's trying to do something. But why does it matter when the front office is playing the same tune? That's like Todd playing the piano, right? And me saying, you know what, Todd, I don't want you to play the piano anymore. So I'm like, hey, I want something a little more cheery. Maybe a string instrument, and I give you a keyboard. It's like, what? I was using a piano, you gave me a keyboard, but you want this type of music. You know what I mean? It just, nothing's going to change.
Jumps. Yeah, no, it feels like when you draft a quarterback, but you keep bringing in the same offensive coordinator or different offensive coordinators every year or every other year, and that quarterback just never gets anything going.
True. By the way, Eric Ward says, "Revive in 25, and the season starts tonight, guys. Don't worry about it. It's all good."
We got a lot of baseball left to be played, and the season starts tonight.
And don't worry, we have this guy to. They're going to start their deadline show soon. He's going to be talking about how much nuts he can fit in his mouth.
What's going on, everybody? My name is Gavin Carlson, former credential journalist in the LA area. How about a yummy tasting nut? If you don't know who I am, what's going on, everybody? My name is Gavin Carlson, former credential journalist in the LA area. Spent not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 years covering UCLA sports, specifically with the Daily Bruin, writing articles, conducting interviews, all that good stuff. Crack into a good source of protein with how about a yummy tasting nut? I love the nut. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Had me fired up.
Speaking of getting fired up, the Cubs are acquiring utility man Willie Castro from the Minnesota Twins. That is just going down the pipe right now. He is batting .245 with 10 home runs, 27 RBIs, and 9 stolen bases. And with that, folks, there are exactly 30 minutes left in our version of hell.
Hey, Mike DiPaolo over on TikTok says, Lone Star, your analogies have been all over the place the last few hours.
Yeah, I'm pretty brain dead right now, guys. I'm like super numb. I'm just I'm expecting something. You know what? I mean, my whole thing's been like, well, hey, maybe if we buy, then at least we're gonna buy, and if we sell, at least we're gonna sell. So like a Bonaparte gigolo, I put my pants back on and I keep going for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
I gotta just go there and experience or look and see about these gigolos in Buena Park. I've never been over there to see it.
Yeah,
but,
go on the backside of Knott's Berry Farm, and you might see a couple of them. The King's in there.
Wow, okay.
And the CBS.
Samir 20 says you need a spritz. Oh, man. It's not time to quit, guys. It's time to swing away.
I need a spritz. I do. You know what? Honestly, after this show, I can't wait to go to the local liquor store and get fucked up. That's
yeah, right. Well,
yeah, you're right there, Victor. You're kind of right there. It all falls on one person again. He's the problem. Eventually, we get to that point. The
Angels have made a move. Oswald Peraza of the Yankees is coming to Anaheim. 158 at bats this year, batting 152. He's got 3 home runs, 13 RBIs, and 3 stolen bases.
Playoffs,
Boom.
baby. Playoffs. There it is. Get your playoff tickets now.
Yeah.
Get them now.
Yeah,
we have the soundtrack. Who the fuck is that guy?
Yeah. And for the record, if any of you guys think that this move, I know nobody here is going to think this move moved the needle, but if you think it does, I have some oceanfront property to sell you in Missouri.
Well, you know what that does for my needle? You know what kind of needle that moves? That's what that is.
The same as the Bonaparte Gigolos, that kind of needle, huh?
Yeah, it's like the rest of, we announce Oswaldo Peraza and the rest of the division is all.
Oh, good for you.
I got to make the post now.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Smart thinking.
Now I know.
And knowing is half the battle.
G.I. Joe.
Oh, man. The only thing I know is that I want to jump off the top roof of my house right now. Thank you.
Yeah, it's like Mateo asked for it earlier. It's another move that makes this sounds about right now.
Yeah, these Angels buying memes down the stretch here are going to hit like crack, guys. Not the good kind of crack.
I don't think he even starts with the Yankees. I think he's a bench player, right?
Oh, yeah, he's definitely a bench player.
And he's one of the players that have been making a bunch of errors for New York when he does play, too.
Chubb says the Angels are really the fat kid during PE trying to do the mile.
That used to be me, yeah.
Hey, don't say that.
No, I was. I hated doing the mile.
Jeez.
Marty saying, keep growing that mustache, be working at Buena Park. I gotta check it out for myself. I gotta go down there. Go to Arby's first, and then go to see what's going on over there.
Yeah, head on over to the is that a Rallies or a Checkers? I don't know what you guys have on the West Coast. It's Checkers, right?
Rallies here.
Rallies.
Oh yeah, it's Rallies. Okay, yeah.
There's
Rallies.
a horrible one out in Norwalk, in between where Todd lives and where I visit.
That is a pretty scary Rallies, that's for sure. For some reason it's open late, which brings even more scarier people. So
yeah, it brings even more questions. Man, somebody posted the meme of so you guys know Ralph Wiggum when he's like, I'm in danger. And it's he's on the bus and it shows the swinging friar, the Padres mascot, and it says every Padres minor leaguer right now.
Oh, okay, Courtney, thank you. That's the guy. Oh, yeah, he had a bad injury. I think it was last year down the stretch or something. Okay, I do
someone
remember that one.
does anybody know how our friend Swilly reacted to the news of Oswald Peraza being traded to the Angels? I
She's
know
probably already interviewed him since she's already there. So,
Fernando's gonna go to Bucky's to eat his stress. Yeah, dude. If I'm lucky, it's like a 35-minute drive. Not with traffic. With traffic right now, I'm gonna have to hop on the expressway and pay $10 in tolls just to go up there. And honestly, that might be worth it.
yeah.
Mike Trout, how do you feel? Honestly, at this point, I'm willing to trade anyone. How do you feel about the Savannah Bananas, buddy? We can get that one guy who like licks the Q-tip and then like styles his face, KJ or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, he'd be more decent bench player than Newman right now. Isaac says Swilly said why. And
Okay,
also,
cool.
So Todd, were you talking about the state inspectors coming into room? Yeah, that's at the end of the year. That's most likely October, November time. And then we should know something by December, by the end of the year, what they're going to do with that. There's a chance he could buy his way out of that whole mess. There's a chance that it's going to turn into something big. And there's also a chance that he could get help by inviting, if they do say that it needs to be retrofitted, he might have to bring in another person to be part of the organization, sell some shares. But I don't see that happening, dude. Artie wants to be the guy. So
Now, Artie feels like the dude where you keep asking him, like, "Hey, do you need help with your business or life?" And everybody, Artie keeps saying, "No, I think I got it."
Yeah. Hey, but you know what? If he does need help, I know where he could go. He can go to Max Market Pros.
There you go.
Yeah, and if you're Artie, you really might want to make that phone call. Seriously, for the love of God, do us all a favor. Do us all a favor. You know what? Actually, how about you eat fast food every single day for a year straight? That might help us too.
That would definitely speed up the process.
I honestly want to know what trades have been axed by Artie. I really want to know after the fact.
We'll never get that answer, but that is something that would be worth knowing. Man, I don't know who's over there on that's his handle, by the way, or her handle. They're saying they want to call the office right now and possibly yeah, or possibly to call to get a welfare check on Angel Stadium, what they're doing, because god damn, dude.
Yeah, I never called in for anything, and I really want to do that. Just be like, hey, I was interested in season tickets, but not now. What the hell's going on here? Something like that. I was thinking about it one day.
Dino says Peraza is that type of player that fits our organization.
Yeah. Can't bat his body weight. That's my favorite. You know what? The only reason this makes sense to me is if you're going to move a guy like Rengifo. That's the only way I can see. You know what I mean? Maybe just trying to get a guy who can play the infield. I'm still really, really holding out hope that that's what this is. That, hey, well, we need a body. You know what I mean? We need somebody to play out there. No one's going to stop the ball if it keeps rolling. So if that's what this is, and this is going to make a little bit more sense in the next 20 minutes, then so be it. But it's not going to make sense if it was literally just a trade for no reason. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is tough, man. This is tough.
Man, that was so funny. I need to go back and wash your faces when I announce that trade later. Nobody can say we didn't do anything.
Beyond the halo on X says Perry is in talks with Mattress Firm after striking a deal earlier with Papa John's, and now he's addressing the nap time that he needs.
He's wheeling and dealing. I gotta love it.
Yeah, how about it? Yeah, Yankees have traded for Oswald Peraza. No thanks. Double and give it to the next person.
Hey, I gotta mention this. The commitment from the Locked On Cox guys is amazing. I know they tweeted at me, or Gavin got all up in his feels the other night and tweeted something about me. But
did he?
Yeah, because he got mad that I commented on his live last night as he was exiting. I put yummy tasting nuts. That's all he's put. and he said, "Boy, I'm in this old It's kind of funny when you make one pistachio comment and you're living in the guy's head rent free, in an older guy's head rent free. He considers himself a teenager, although he's over the age of 20."
I have the tweet right now. Was just sent a clip tonight, and all I can say is I never thought reading a Wonderful Pistachios ad would have me rent free in a grown man's head for months. Go Angels!
He's a grown man, but the difference between this grown man and that grown man is he still lives at home with his pops, who intervenes in his podcast, and still doesn't go to any games because he can't afford to. So
There, I just retweeted it. So.
I love being petty, though. That's the whole thing. He thinks that like I get mad. I just like being petty and poking the bear. It's fun.
Todd is petty white.
Yeah, and especially with if anybody knows who those guys really are, there's no reason for me not to hold back.
Rangers are apparently working on another deal for a reliever, so hang tight. Chris Young is still in the kitchen.
Wow, so he's actually doing work.
Kenley Johnson.
Hey, Perry is too. He made a trade, okay? Shut the fuck up, Todd. He made a trade. I don't know what more you wanted, all right? This guy's batting 150, okay?
Well, the Locked On guys are going to start their show 15 minutes left in the deadline, so they're gonna break down that Oswaldo for us.
They're gonna have those faces like should Perry done more?
Hey, look, guys. So Jared just retweeted Jared Timms. Give him a follow. Obviously, he was on the show earlier at Jared_Timms. He wanted the Angels to trade Kenley, trade either Rengifo or Moncada, listen to offers on Ward or Adele, and add a fifth infielder and fourth outfielder. So hey, he did get what he wanted to a degree. We got another infielder. So there you go. Boom.
Has Cole Tucker retired already?
That's Cole Tucker. Yeah, he did.
Okay.
Wait, Mike Trout says after Deo's Angels traded someone, so let's run it back one more time. Let's see if that works again.
Come on.
All right, we put the bat signal out there. Let's see if it happens.
Yeah, right. All right. Yeah, so we have just a little over 15 minutes. You know, you can anticipate us to be live for about 30 minutes afterward. There is normally a lot of moves. I will say the last hour has been relatively quiet.
It has been.
But, I mean, I kind of expected that, right? It was so crazy the last 24 hours.
Yeah, I think
yesterday night was insane. I mean, through midnight, there were still trades being made, let alone big name trades. I mean,
Suarez
went, yeah.
Yeah, that was a killer right there. And then it's funny because it's like almost we were at the point of being like, hey, should we be on last night? Should I be updating? And then this morning, I know Fernando texted me. He's like, I want to get on early because it seems like there's a lot of wheeling and dealing going on. And right now, it's very much simmered down. So, you know, again, as the time is running out here, man.
Kansas City Royals just made a trade. Left-hander Bailey Falter from the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Now, what do you think about that trade that Kansas City made to San Diego with the backup catcher, who's a pretty good prospect?
The biggest that has been a big problem for the Padres, right? Catching. You know, they have our old friend Marty McFly out there playing catcher for them, and I think all the Angels fans like Martin Maldonado for what he was while he was here. But, you know, Marty couldn't hit water if he fell off a boat, right? And the Padres really have needed a little bit of pop. I think this was a good move for him. I mean, honestly, we already said it ad nauseum, and I'm sure it's going to happen again in the next 15 minutes here. Okay, I just saw another tweet. It was the same trade pop up. The Padres are all in, man. I mean, you know, they have nothing to lose by that trade. Make their team just a tiny bit better.
Yeah.
Make them more well-rounded, if you will.
Andrew Frick's he's worried about the important things. He says, if we trade Rengifo, who's going to be doing the signings at my local Howard's?
I remember those Mike Scioscia commercials with Howard's TV or Howie Kendrick, whatever. That was good. I know quickly about that Padre move. What they gave up is potentially a lot. Ryan Burgett and Stevie Kolek. These are two right-handed pitchers that have been really coming on and doing well lately. But Fermin adds more offense because he's been starting, of course, over Salvador Perez, who catches or goes to first or DHs. So it gives Fermin more of more at bats with the Padres now, but it looks like they gave up a lot, especially with Kolek. I kind of wish the Angels would go after Kolek, but yeah, Fermin's going to be okay for San Diego. But they have now 3 catchers, and Diaz has been hitting well as of late, but Maldonado, he's there to just guide the pitcher along, or all the pitchers along. But I'm trying to figure out how many pitchers will be staying after a while.
Yeah, and you know what sucks though? Like doing these post game shows, doing the podcast, we all, and then even on social media, Fernando's seen it, James has seen it. We've been asked question after question after question: are we buyers or sellers? And right now, at this moment, I could say we're neither. And we've been discussed, asked, hey man, is it going to be this guy's going to be that guy? Who do you see us getting? And literally, we've been saying the same thing. Like we got to see what happens from a day-to-day basis to see where this team is at. And I thought even with the loss last night, all indications not losing any ground in the playoff chase, I thought they would be cautiously buyers. But man, there's nothing, bro. I mean, that Peraza thing, that doesn't even come close to moving the needle.
Yeah, nothing sandwich. Miguel Andujar just got traded away from the A's, and he's now going to the Reds.
Okay, they're adding some depth pieces there, big time.
Yeah, you know what? The Reds, a lot of people were kind of laughing at them like, man, what are you guys doing? I know I saw a lot of that yesterday when they got, what's his name?
Brian
Hayes. Yeah. Okay, so apparently the Marlins just announced that Sandy Alcantara is not getting traded today.
Man,
they tried.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people were saying he was going to be a Dodger. Like I said, man, it's still kind of funny that the Dodgers really haven't done too much just yet. They've made some moves, gotten some arms, but I saw earlier that they were supposed to land Stephen Kwan. He hasn't moved anywhere, right?
No,
he hasn't.
He was even saying goodbye to the Guardians fans yesterday.
Wow.
Yeah, they must have told him that he was gonna. They must have had maybe a deal almost in place, but man, and that's the thing too. There's certain teams that I didn't expect to be. Because do you guys believe that Ohio is really a team that was just like, you know what, we're not there yet, or we're just because they traded some guys that I didn't think they would. And I know
the Padres just got Nestor Cortez from the Brewers.
Come on, man.
Oh, he sucked. We saw what he did in the World Series.
The Boston Red Sox just got Dustin May from the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Wow.
Now that's a move. Wow. Wow. Okay.
You would think they'd be adding, not subtracting from the major league roster.
Well, what's the Dodger rotation now? I mean, obviously the Diva wanted to be a sixth man, and it doesn't look like the Diva.
Yamamoto, Shohei, Snell's eventually going to come back, but they've been having a lot of bullpen days, of course, or what do you call it, openers. It's hard coming up with the other two,
Yeah, I mean, they need 5 guys now. They're gonna. I mean, I don't know, man.
Chubb's calling Durant to the Dodgers.
Sorry. Yeah, especially since you don't know what you're going to get out of Ohtani. There's a very good chance that, I don't know, is his arm pulled pork right now? I mean, I know he came out yesterday for cramps, but I don't think he hasn't really ramped it up to complete games yet, right? Like to 5-6 innings just yet?
Mm-mm. It's been just 4 or less. It started out as 2. And it's just been a little more and more each time.
I don't think he has it, man. I believe if he still is going to be a pitcher, he's going to be a closer.
Eventually,
yeah. There's a chance Joe Ryan goes to Boston as well, even with that move. That I'm seeing that rumor right now, but we'll have to see where that goes.
This is
Chubbs.
just a fun tweet. The San Diego Padres have acquired the entire Savannah Bananas lineup to fill up their minor league.
Cramps, is he on his period? Chubb says.
That's what I was thinking earlier.
I thought he missed with 6 straight balls. I thought yesterday he took the prop bet that he was going to miss a consecutive amount.
Was that day? Was it humid in Cincinnati? Because you know how he struggles in humidity.
I don't know. Let me check.
Because that guy, he can't pitch in hot weather to save his life, dude. Every game I've seen him pitch, I mean, he's even avoided starts on the East Coast. I mean, it's funny to see that how that dude was, again, the jury's still out on him, but when he was here, you didn't have much bad to say about him. But like when you look at what he did to that rotation, being a diva and forcing guys to take a day off or to go back, push their starts back or push them forward. Yeah, I didn't like that at all, man. You got to be a team guy. I don't care how much you think you're good or if you're a unicorn.
What I was hoping the Padres would do is trade for Dylan Cease and get some farm system back.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like that's not happening. I was trying to put the Cortez and the Padres all together because he used to be a Yankee. Fetch facts.
What do you say?
Andrew Velasquez to the Angels.
Hey guys, this just in. Sean Figgins is coming out of retirement. Escobar is coming in, even though he was canceled in the past.
Hey Rob, are you there? Maybe not.
For the record, it was 54% humidity yesterday, and it was in the 80s.
So maybe that had something to do with it, because that guy either doesn't know how to drink water, or he's just garbage in humidity.
The New York Yankees are acquiring shortstop Jose Caballero from the Tampa Bay Rays. I thought the Yankees were done after what they had done the last because they were kind of the first team to the party. They were making moves before everyone was, like 3 days ago?
Mm-hmm.
So
I thought they were going to get a starter, though.
I mean, there's still a couple of minutes left, and then we're obviously going to have that 15, 20 minutes after.
Listen, all I got to say is we got the Cork Tats coming up at the Big A. We got a few more, giveaways. So
Rangers are about to pull the trigger on Phil Maton.
Okay.
So, I mean, man, you see what I mean? Everyone else is just taking steps and steps ahead, and we're just there like, oh, we got this, guys. Yes. Cubs are requiring reliever Taylor Rogers from the Pirates. Guys, if you guys are still in the chat, there's more people coming on. I was about to tell people, hey, make sure you stick around for a little bit. Man, we're about to eclipse $1,000. This is good. Yeah,
we got a lot of people watching right now.
Yeah, thumbs up down below. Thumbs up down below, everybody.
Well, yeah, give us likes and all that other crap, man.
Yeah, you guys know the drill. Please. We really appreciate it. That's all we're asking for, people. We've been here giving everyone our time, and we appreciate you guys having us in your homes, work, wherever you're listening. But let's see. Tampa Bay Rays are acquiring Adrian Hauser from the White Sox. That's okay.
Hey, Rob, how you feeling right now? Is he on?
Rob, did you take a long walk off a short pier? What's going on, buddy? I mean, I understand the deadline's been bad, but it's not worth that. You got no?
I think I think he's getting his sound set up, but we'll get his Fletch Fact says we're trading the people from the right field revolution. Damn, they weren't with us that long. Come on now. Oh man.
Let me see. Brewers acquiring Brandon Lockridge from the Padres for that Nestor Cortez Jr. deal. That's such a weird trade to me. He's having a pretty bad year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just a bench player. He really doesn't bring anything.
Okay, so it's official now. Maton is now a Ranger. So that
he's been better as of late. He's been better in his career. Mario says, "Poor me."
You're right,
the football season hasn't started yet, but I'm a Raider fan, so it just continues.
Yeah, it might be even worse.
It will be.
We will see. Man, yeah, Jeff Bates leaves the stream, and all of a sudden,
Texas is
The
on fire.
Rangers are on fire.
I got booted for false reporting that one because I believe some idiot who didn't know how to spell breaking.
Yeah, beaking or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Hey, in all fairness, arson judge was a thing. Remember?
Yeah.
Mhm. That's what, December of 23, I
But
think. In San
hey, we
Diego.
talked about this happening though. I mean, Fernando, me and you were going back and forth in the chat about the Angels doing nothing, and I agreed with you. Fernando was saying, "Hey, we need to sell," and I agreed. But I was trying to get in the mindset of Artie Moreno as a businessman and how the Angels are doing. Hey, they're doing good. Oh, look, we split with Seattle. Well, hey, we're up. I go, I don't think we're going to do anything, and just based off that. But Fernando, Todd, James, Dominic, fans, everyone's like, "No, we got to sell," and I agreed, but we got to get in the mind of Arturo Moreno on a rager there. And
Mhm.
on a bender, and this is what the mind is day in and day out. And it's just sad to see because you're right. You guys said Peraza, that's not the guy. I mean, come on, this is a joke. Unless you're getting rid of Newman, like Jared Timms was saying.
Yeah, or Renifo. But I mean, man, we are 4 minutes away, and we have yet to hear anything about that. I'm just kind of shifting through these tweets. And so far, it's just kind of the returns that are going back for the various teams. And right now, we don't really care about that going down the wire. We just care about what moves are taking place. We got 4 more minutes formally of the trade deadline.
You know, we've had some low lights as Angels fans on this network. Not our fault, of course, but the way the team is played, either racking up the losses and stuff like that. But I have to say, this ranks up there with one of them because, man, I mean, how in the world can in a year where you got to do something, one or the other, and we're literally just like, now we're good.
Yeah,
Do you guys know the strength of schedule by chance? I mean, they got to be looking at something. I know we're not big into analytics, but there's no way like we're this idiotic. But there's got to be. We have to have like one of the easier schedules. Please tell me that. I mean, it's got to be something going in our favor.
No, we don't have an easy schedule, bro.
Mm-hmm.
We have a tough. There's a stretch where I believe they play on the road. Was it Cincy, Milwaukee, and the Royals?
Murderers Row. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, it's 10 games. So, and then we still got the Texas two-step left. Yeah, it doesn't look good. I think we only play like the Rockies and the Twins, and everyone else is like above 500. Or 500.
Yeah, I mean, this is it's a big disappointment. It's a bigger one at that because we learned this year what Ohtani would have been back in return. I can only imagine what we would have gotten this year.
For whatever it's worth, ChatGPT thinks that our strength of schedule is 501, ranking the 14th hardest schedule remaining in Major League Baseball.
Mm.
I don't know.
Not promising.
Okay, yeah. I was seeing a trade here that Joe Ryan was traded, but that's fake news so far.
Courtney says best moment on this podcast was a live reaction when Heaney got traded.
I was about to say that. Yeah. All right.
Chubb says low light was me and panties.
Yeah, I mean, you made some money off of that, so I mean, it seems like a highlight of you, probably. I mean, I'm sure we've all done some weird things for money before. So
yeah,
it's that weird.
Yeah,
I know.
I sure haven't, but whatever.
I set the bar really high with that one.
This fat son of a bitch is going to drown us all out. Calm down, okay? All right? He's fat!
Who would have thought that a young nuthead would have...
I mean, you guys tell me this too. I mean, do you even want to go to the games anymore? I mean, I know we're hardcore fans. We love this team to death, but it's hard to go to a game after this where you're just complacent and just did nothing.
Yeah, I might want to take a couple games off, to be honest with you, because it sucks. And I think I'm penciled in this weekend, unfortunately, because family's going to go to the, I guess, Saturday's game for sure. But yeah, this is one of those ones where it's like, how can you go to the ballpark after a high of what the Halo boys did, the optimism going into the deadline, and then just pulling up with a big fat 0?
Yeah, but good news, we stand pat. And hey, when these guys come back, it's just like making trades.
I mean, here's the thing, right? We'll go on a 7-game run. See, we told you this team had it. They have it. And then we go on that 12-game skid, and everyone just looking back like, what the hell happened?
Yep.
Well,
but It's like Kevin says, wait, you're all our opinion that we should have been sellers. I don't.
Oh man, the Yankees are getting Camilo Duvall from the Giants.
Who?
That's a
Camilo
good
Duvall, he was
reliever.
their closer.
Yeah.
Oh. So the Giants are throwing in it now?
I mean, look where they're at and the moves everyone else is making around them. The Padres, I mean, they're kind of everyone knows their worth and their value. Like, I mean, we were talking about that, right? With the Angels don't know that. There's no strategy. And going forward, like Jared was saying, the window. We're missing our window, I think. We've missed it with Tawny and Trout. We're missing it with these young core.
True.
All right, the buzzer has sounded.
Even with the buzzer sounding, right? What was it that year Justin Verlander? It was passed, and then all of a sudden, like an hour later, he found out, oh no, you were traded before. It was already paperwork was already done. So you never know.
All right. Well, we will stay here for roughly another 30 minutes here, and just kind of pick around and see what the heck happened here. As of right now, we have no indication that the Angels have made any more moves. Nothing else has come in. Obviously, there's still always a chance. The Andrew Heaney trade happened after the buzzer. So, I mean, I can tell you this. It doesn't seem like the Angels did anything crazy, right? Because if they would have, we definitely would have seen that. Okay, just another thing about the Camilo Duvall trade for the Yankees. Honestly, right now, it seems like if you don't think the Padres won the deadline, you're sadly mistaken. I mean, they definitely won the deadline. Seattle definitely is a close round two, second place. But, man, oh, man, got to tip your cap to A.J. Preller. That guy put all of his chips in. I have no idea who's going to play for the San Antonio Missions and the El Paso Chihuahuas. But,
I mean, on this, the Angels didn't do anything crazy. I'll respectfully disagree. The crazy thing they did was keep everybody. It's crazy. Nothing
Yeah,
was
it's
done
crazy. I mean, like VT says from Angels Central.
Tampa Bay Rays are acquiring Griffin Jacks. That's a big move.
Twins have really.
And Charlie Morton is going to the Tigers.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
So there you go. Detroit woke up.
Veteran help. VT says from Angels Central, we are cooked. I'm out for the season. He's waving the white flag. He's done.
Oh, man.
Ambush. How do we not sell a single piece, man?
Blue Jays acquired Luis Verlander from the Twins. So various moves still coming in, guys. Various moves still coming in. Make sure you hang tight just a little bit longer.
I agree with this one, Kevin. After the improvement we've made this versus last year, yes, it's been a huge improvement. But we were talking about making smart moves, and he's asking why would we have sold and who or sold, and we would have just gotten rid of like some of our veterans like Renifo. Possibly Ward could have got us a few guys. You could have gotten rid of Jansen. There's other players in the bullpen that, again, you're looking to load up a very, very slim, poor minor league system, and they have not done that. And Saucy brings it up right there too. There's places they could the teams that could have went for some of these players. And again, these guys aren't like they're under control, with the exception of Ward, for another year or two. All these guys are expiring contracts. So why would you hold on to them just to let them slide through the cracks and get nothing back again?
Miserable franchise. That is what we are. We are a miserable franchise. I have no idea how they think that this is going to be the answer to our prayers. And I have no idea how they think that this is going to set the organization on a course. I mean, yeah, I'm speechless, guys. I'm truly speechless. It doesn't happen too often in this network where we're all kind of dumbfounded, but there was a lot of hope going to the day for me. That at least a piece was going to move. Moncada, Renjifo at the least. It would have been nice to move one of those guys. I just I don't see what the thing is going to change here. Nothing's going to change. They're not going to be playing meaningful games down the stretch because they haven't given these guys a reason to play meaningful games down the stretch. We made 2 trades in the last 24 hours.
Yeah.
And I want you guys to think about this. I mean, everyone's saying that, hey, we're doing better than we did last year. We were missing calls all-
Rob, you sound like a robot there.
Yeah.
Well, Kevin says those are fair points, but I think holding on to Jensen would benefit for us. Be a benefit for us. We're not going to make the postseason with him this year, obviously. We'd have to sign him back. He's only on a 1-year deal. So that's the reason why you wanted to sell high. He's only blown one save. So, yeah, he could have been very valuable. Are you there, Rob?
You guys got me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, for everyone saying, like, yeah, we should keep these guys, I understand. But like Todd just said, they have to resign with us. We have to be willing to pay these guys at the same time, too. I mean, we know how Artie Moreno's track record is with free agents in the offseason. He's not paying top dollar. And if Jansen keeps having a great season like he is, and even better second half going forward, the price tag only goes up, especially with the need around the league for a dominant closer. So we really missed a window here of opportunity. Plus, at the same time, you're banking every single one of these guys are coming back, which is just not going to happen. End of the day.
Courtney with a good one there.
Which one?
Courtney mentions they got Peraza along with our vending machines being filled like Moneyball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like Minnesota made a trade.
Minnesota's been busy, man.
Kendrys Rojas and Alan Rodon are going to Minnesota.
It's like not their big pieces, but all their little pieces are slowly going.
Yeah, because they didn't really get much for Correa. Basically just a salary dump.
And that was one of his deals where it was 3-year deal, but an opt out each year.
Yeah, it was a bad.
This is a good question.
I kind of see it.
Hey, Rob, this is a good question right here. How many of our expiring contracts are eligible for a qualifying offer?
I believe one, right?
No, technically any of them, right? So Jansen would be, Rengifo would be. Who else? Who else is on an expiring deal, guys?
Mancada.
Yeah,
Anderson.
Mancada would be, but I mean, you're not going to give any of those guys 18 million.
There's what?
Isn't there like certain qualifications you got to meet to get a draft pick back for that? I mean, obviously you got to tender the offer of the highest point, which we won't do. Period. So, the point, right?
Yeah.
Courtney, I thought Dodgers or Phillies for Ward and Jensen.
Got excited for a second. I saw the Angels
to the Boston Red Sox.
Yeah, we mentioned that earlier. That's crazy.
Pencils are down. Pencils have been down.
I'm going to jump here, guys. I only got a couple minutes.
Okay.
Ty France to the Blue Jays.
Yeah, that was in one of those trades. The Gavin Jacks one. Let me see. So the Taylor Rogers to the Yvonne Brawler. That's kind of the return there for that. I mean, pencils have been down for about 10 minutes now.
Pencils been down. That. That's a good one.
Haven't heard that news.
Yeah,
that's when I would tell the teacher, but I'm still working on the math portion of the test.
Yeah.
But I'm still writing my name.
Yeah.
Like in the SpongeBob, some of these, and he's like, the. All that elaboracy, and all he did was put the word the.
Yep.
Look at Courtney's comment.
Yeah, Courtney's been on fire today with comments.
Well, we offered Big 20, but he just didn't take it. So
he went surfing.
Yeah.
Crazy that Luis Robert Jr. was not traded because that was kind of one of the big names people were expecting to move.
I think his options is too much. I think it's 22 for next year or something like that. So I don't think all those play remember Batista? No, who was it? Their outfielder Luis Jimenez, I think it was. He ended up getting traded to Baltimore. He's out of the league now. It feels kind of like the same thing with Luis Robert Jr. Nobody wanted to make that mistake again.
That's true.
All those White Sox players are just somewhere else, or they're done. Like Tim Anderson, like all those ones that last made the playoffs, they're all gone.
Yeah, they cleaned out that team, and that team was supposed to be competitive for the next couple years. But boy,
all that youth.
Yeah, they fell on their ass fast.
Giolito got traded. He ended up somewhere. Now he's, I think, with Boston, I want to say.
Something like that.
I think so.
Well, guys, I'm going to bounce. This has been very uneventful for the Angels. A lot of stuff going on for other teams, but not us. So I'm going to leave it to you guys to close it out. Appreciate everybody being on here. This is, I think, a record for us. It doesn't say it on your end right here, but we have 875 people watching on X. We had about 90 at one point watching over on here on YouTube. Maybe some of them went over to see what Nutboy has to say, but not much else to elaborate with our team. So, James and Lone Star, I wish we could have been happier about this one, but I appreciate all that you guys have done and been on here for the entirety. And I'll catch you guys tomorrow on the post-game show.
Can't wait for that.
Yeah, it's been a very disappointing day. It's been a very disappointing just day in general. It's frustrating when everyone in your division is getting better. It's disappointing when teams around the league are getting better and you're not getting better or worse. I mean, and I think the thing that makes it even harder is the fact that we did make a trade and it was such an irrelevant trade. You know what I mean? Because at least if we didn't make anything, then it's like, oh, see, Perry was asleep. You know what I mean? There's at least some kind of jokes that we can make about that. But no, we can be like, hey, man, Perry was very conscious today. He decided to get a former top prospect from the Yankees.
Yeah.
And the Yankees immediately got another infielder. So that's probably what was happening there. Who knows? They probably called us, hey. And Perry was like, yeah, okay, great. We will take that guy.
You want to trade? Sure.
Yeah.
All right, guys, have a good rest of your afternoon, man.
All right, thanks. You too, Todd.
All right.
I'll give it a couple more minutes here. I mean, things have definitely slowed down a little bit, but we have yet to see any kind of formal, hey, there's no more deals coming in. We're just getting word of guys who didn't get traded. Dylan Cease being one of those guys. We already mentioned Luis Robert Jr. not getting traded. That's another guy that a lot of people had on their radar, obviously decided to keep him. James brought up a good point there with how much money he's due on his option. But, James, what do you think? Most disappointing trade deadline that you can remember?
Just because of what they have now or had now at the deadline, considered more than last year. Considering that, it's the most disappointing. I feel like the Angels wasted, 3 hours plus of our lives, and we don't get that back. So it's really unfortunate. We're looking at other, rumors out there, but we don't know if it's true in the chat. But the fact that really nothing happens other from Peraza. And what happened yesterday with Chafin. And then you didn't really want to see Luis Garcia back in the Angel uniform, but we get to have that thrill again for the third time with Garcia blowing games up.
Time's a charm.
Yeah, right.
That dude's been on a bad team. Almost everywhere he's gone except San Diego. He's always been on a bad team. He's really never shown anything. I know they just bring familiar faces back. And Chafin, I read, he doesn't even want to be in California. He was happy he got traded last year to Texas. And now he's in California. I read that today on IG, I believe.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
For Peraza, He's gonna. I don't care if he's under contract for till 2030 or he's under control. I don't think he's gonna be anything with the injuries he's already had. It's just another project the Angels will have to acquire, and I don't want projects. I want winners right away. I just want farm winners.
Rob, how are you feeling?
This is the worst trade deadline in
Okay.
years. Even for me, it's worse than the Otani one because at least when you try to make that push for Otani, you can make the argument, hey, you had Trout at the time, he thought he's healthy. You had Otani at the time, who can make a difference on the team, right? Who can elevate your team. This one, like everyone was saying, we're watching it. Fernando said the best. We're watching other teams around in our division improve with Seattle and Houston and even Texas making those minor improvements. And we saw what they have. They all have starting pitching. They all have the depth. They have the hitters. They come up in those clutch moments. I mean, Jeff was saying that the Rangers themselves, numbers don't look flashy, but in those clutch situations, they come through. So it's disappointing overall because we're so far behind, but we're not facing the facts here. And I really do believe, I'm really fearful. And I said this to you guys before the trade deadline even started 2 weeks ago, that we weren't going to do anything. That was my feeling, right? That we were going to be buyers or do nothing at all. And even though we all knew the right thing to do was sell, it was just insane to think that, it was insane to think that we can have a run or a chance, especially after the improvements. And I don't see us resigning Kenley Jansen. I would like to. He's a dog. He wants to be part of this rebuild, but Alex Cobb said the same thing and went and signed elsewhere. So, it's just they're all saying the right things. Like Jared Tim was saying, they say the right things, but at the end of the day, it comes down to financials and how long they're going to be here. And Mario right here says cost of living. That's another thing players take into account. Right there is cost of living and taxes and all that stuff. So overall, for me, it's the worst because there's an opportunity to help Neto, help Shannowell, keep Joe Adele. I was happy about that. I'm not disappointed in Taylor Ward staying. I'm disappointed in us not taking advantage of the biggest thing possible and seeing the return on it. But if it wasn't there, it wasn't there. So it doesn't hurt my feelings overall. Keeping him. But Moncato and Jansen should have been gone. And Tyler Anderson. I've hated Tyler Anderson for years. I've told you guys that over and over, reiterated that he does not have it.
So, I completely agree with you. Okay, so I'm starting to now get to the point where I think it's safe to throw in the towel now that Sam Blum just tweeted the Angels made no moves to substantially improve their chances of being better in the future. The Angels made no moves to substantially improve their chances of winning in the near term, and the trade deadline represents an opportunity for all 30 teams. LA Angels let it pass away. So that's probably the best way to put it.
It is.
Yeah, they had an opportunity, like you said. I like Taylor Ward. I've liked Taylor Ward for a long time. I saw him play at the Arizona Fall League in 2016. He was teammates with Tim Tebow, and I was there. I saw Taylor Ward and Tim Tebow play on the same field together. They're both Scottsdale Scorpions. So I have a very soft spot in my heart for Taylor Ward. But also, this is a business. When you have the opportunity to make your team better, you take that opportunity. And if you don't, that makes you a bad business, right? If you're a good business owner, you should always try to take that step forward. And the Angels just never do that. They think to themselves, hey, great, this is the roster we have, and we're within striking distance. That's good enough, right? I mean, if I have D's in my report card, because let's face it, that's what the Angels have right now. They got a D plus, maybe. They're kind of hoping they're going to get a B because a B is what our parents want us to get, and that's the postseason. And if you're doing what you've been doing, not studying, partying every single day, not taking anything seriously, you're probably going to stay having a D, right? You can't have that mentality, expect the guys you have to take the next step because it's just not going to happen for them. Artie Moreno, the front office, John Carpino, whoever it is that's responsible for the Angels continuously standing pat, have to change the narrative. They had the opportunity to do that, and they just didn't. Worst trade deadline I can remember in a long time. You know, in 2023, there's a lot of people like, no, the one, you know, Rob already alluded to this. The worst trade deadline we had was when we didn't trade Ohtani. Okay, yeah, but the Angels also got Giolito, and they got, what was his name? Like Domin something from the Mets. I don't even remember anymore.
Dominic
Oh,
Smith?
Dominica.
No. But
Sorry. Dominic Leon.
Leon,
yes, boom, there it is right there. Dominic Leone. Yeah, we got him, and you know those moves made sense to me, right? Because those did move the needle a little bit. They got they got CJ Crone. Obviously, that didn't work out. They got Randall Grichuk. That didn't work out. They got the other guy from the Mets that could play every position. Same thing. That didn't work out either. But see, at that point, at least there was a sense of direction that the Angels had, right? Putting their chips in the center, it didn't work out. That happens all the time. Teams go all in all the time and it doesn't work out. But at least there was a plan that year. And that's why on this network, we were all saying, hey, you know what? I can live with it. If we try and it doesn't work out, I can live with it. But what do we have to take away here? We all sat here for hours. Eduardo Escobar, thank you. Thank you, Chubbs. We all sat here for hours hoping that the Angels would do something to move the needle. If we were going to buy and we got Joe Ryan, okay, well, whatever, I'm confused. But at least that makes the team better. The Angels didn't do anything. I can sit here and talk about this for the next 6 hours. I'm not going to, and we shouldn't either. But man, oh man, how frustrating, how disappointing. And we all just have to pretend like it's okay. You know, we all got to still support the team. And I'm really hoping that the fan base grew increasingly more frustrated today. And I'm hoping that those sell the team chants that echoed yesterday in Angel Stadium get a little louder. There's a lot of people who are upset because, I don't go to a game to listen to that. Man, if you're still going to be saying that after today, you're the problem in Anaheim, not just Artie.
Yeah, you're asking us to go support this team, to spend our money, to take our families there, and it's not cheap necessarily, right? Ticket prices are up. You try to go to the Dodgers series. So I got friends who are Dodger fans. They want to go. It's ridiculous. But yet you want me to support this? And I will, because I love this team and everything, but it's hard to buy. It's hard to go into it, right? I got little ones too who love this team. I can name everybody up and down the roster. But the fact is that you're absolutely right. I mean, we've been doing this for how many years now? And we're just still standing pat. We've never gained traction while everyone else is still getting good grades. Astros bringing back Correa. They see their window's closing soon, but they're taking advantage of it overall. But it's disappointing, like you said. We keep reiterating this overall. And like I said before, it's only until we see what we would have gotten, what the offers were, because like you said, don't tell me Ohtani was the worst one, because Fernando's right. We got all those guys back, and we didn't know what we would have gotten back for him until it came out. The feeling wasn't like this.
And we didn't find that even until this year about the whole Jackson Merrill thing. You know what I mean? It took this long.
Yeah, so overall, there's a lack of plan. I know there's a comment here. Saying Rashawn asked how we this bad for this long. There's no plan. There's no government. There's no corporate structure for them overall, right? There's no, hey, how do we get from point A to point B? We don't have that. We're just winging it every single time. And I'm just looking over the Peraza trade and I'm looking at Kevin Newman. Peraza has more at bats with one more hit than Newman. And it's not just one more at bat. I think it's like 30. So it's just, you're not going in the right direction. At this point in time, I really feel like, and I've said this before, I almost feel like we're tanking to move this team. I really feel that way sometimes with Artie Moreno.
Yeah, especially with what happened in Oakland.
Yes, and there's there's cities that are very hungry for teams. Nashville, very profitable. They have the endorsement deals. You're not living in the shadow of the team up to 5, or at this point, down to 5 as well, too. Yeah, there's other options around there, but this is
Salt Lake City has $900 million already alluded in public funding for a stadium. So you never know. I mean, I'm an Arizona Coyotes fan, and look what happened there. You know what I mean? Salt Lake came calling. Courtney said we are like the one kid who didn't get their permission slip signed for the field trip, and they have to stay behind.
Yeah,
that's what happened. Yeah, it's frustrating. I mean, we'll see how the rest of the season plays out, and you know what, guys, for better or worse, we can sit here and be sad about it, or we can just take it at stride and see what happens the rest of the season. Because really, that's all we got. Am I frustrated? Yes. Am I annoyed? Yes. But as of right now, I mean, all we can do is, I guess, just be delusional and hope that the Angels do just enough to make it into the postseason. I don't think it's going to happen. If I'm a betting man, it's not going to happen. But what else do we have, right? We just have that false hope. That's all we have. And that's the only thing stopping us from slipping slowly into madness. I guess there was another move that just kind of snuck in. It was D-backs traded somebody. Where'd it go? Well, I find that one thing I will say is maybe not for us, but this was probably the most entertaining Major League Baseball trade deadline in a long time that I can remember.
Oh, by far. Hey, real quick, Mario. If we're tanking Rob, then why don't sell? You got to show good faith for Major League Baseball. They don't just allow teams to move without showing good faith. That's why the A's have had to go through a lot. Hey, where's your good faith? Where's your ability that you're showing us that you want to win? We're not going to put a franchise in there just to lose in a brand new city. You have to show me something. And the Angels keeping us, hey, look, we try to keep these guys. Our payroll's number 5 in baseball. We're trying to win instead of selling these guys off, getting prospects doing full rebuild and showing, hey, we're not really ready yet to move because we're not that team. We're not going to draw large crowds in and everything. So that's from a business standpoint, Major League Baseball is very tough on letting teams move. You have to be somewhat competitive. You cannot just tank completely.
It's just so hard when you have a market that does come continuously to watch terrible baseball. You have a market that buys the merchandise. That's one of the most boring sets of merchandise in Major League Baseball. It's so frustrating, like, living in Texas or, seeing like the Padres post all this stuff. And, you see their fan bases get a bunch of really, really cool stuff. And we always just get, it's a normal Angels hat with a little Hall of Fame patch on it, guys. Come on, buy it, guys. You know what I mean? And we got to convince ourselves that it's cool. Hey, you know what? That is cool. Meanwhile, you have other teams legitimately doing throwback. I mean, the Texas Rangers were wearing a throwback tee with the Hall of Fame patch. You saw the Arizona Diamondbacks wearing the hat that Randy Johnson used to wear. The only justification I could have seen, and this didn't happen, is that the front office would have said, well, guys, we have to wear our current Angels hat because our only Hall of Famer is Vladimir Guerrero, and this is the hat he wore. If that would have been the justification, okay, great, I get it. But they didn't even give us that. The trade deadline move that I was just talking about that just came in was Shelby Miller going to the Brewers from the Diamondbacks.
Oh, wow.
But so, yeah, that came in like 2 minutes ago.
And real quick, after I asked for the schedule on it, we play the White Sox. We go to Tampa, Detroit, Dodgers. We get a day off, or not a day off, but the A's. We've been playing pretty tough right now. Then you get the Reds, the Cubs, and the Rangers. Then the Astros. Then you go to Kansas City. There is no easy feat here. I mean, Colorado's your break in late September, and then this is tough. I mean, you would have to make some huge moves to be contenders. I just don't see what the Angels are looking at.
Yeah, I don't either. Let's see. Anything else in closing, guys? As we slowly start to wind down here.
Yeah, I mean, stay here for Halos in the Infield. We'll still come hard for you guys. We'll still report on everything. The shows are still, they must go on, right? And let's hope and pray, everyone. Just start begging and praying, do what you got to do, that we can be like the Detroit Tigers. And hey, we didn't do much. I wish we would have sold. We didn't, but let's see what we can turn around. Momentum in our way, but you just got to win every series here and there. Split some if you have to. Just kind of see what these young guys have. And at this point in time, I'd really like to see more young guys up.
Yeah. I think, well, maybe the Angels didn't want to change, because Taylor Ward's face is in front of the stadium, right? He's on one of those windows.
Yes, I believe that.
Yeah,
that's a good question. I don't remember.
Did they not?
I
Want
don't
to
ever look at that.
Did they not want to change that?
Yeah, it costs Artie money. He doesn't like to do it.
That's true.
Let me see. Check that.
Guys, I gotta go, but yeah, it's been really uneventful, but it was good to share it with all of you. More of the same, and just more opportunities squandered, and I don't find myself going to any games this weekend as I thought I was. I'll go work or something.
Yeah, work
But
sounds more fun.
it does air conditioning too. Again, thank you for having me on. Thank you to all the guests who joined: Sam Blum, Taylor, Blake Ward, Jeff, Texas Ranger Clubhouse. Watch his streams when the Rangers are going. Really good stuff on YouTube and the other guys on X. But make sure you tune into all the shows here on Haiti. I should make a short of myself just yelling about the Angels not doing anything. Maybe that'll come out later tonight on Haiti, but why bother?
Do
I
it.
don't
I
know.
love it. I love the fire. No, dude, it shows the fan base is passionate that we
I
love
know.
this team and want them to win. I love that stuff. But so when people get
Yeah.
all mad that other fans are getting mad, why? I love it. Shows that they actually give a fuck.
Yeah, that's true. All right, I'll see everyone soon.
All right. Thanks for your time, James. Always fun, man. Always fun
See
to
you,
talk
James.
baseball.
Great seeing
See
you.
ya. Thank you. You as well.
And yeah, guys, while I have you guys here still as people start to bounce out, thank you guys. Thank you to all of our guests for sure. Thank you to our sponsors, 714 Tickets. Make sure you use code HITI, HITI, for 10% off all purchases for any event, no matter what it is, whether it's an Angels game or you're going to a concert. Make sure you use that code. That's why we give it to you guys, so you guys can use it again and again. Head on over to Brewheim, because I know that we're probably all going to need a drink after today. Mention Halos in the Infield for some drink specials and family-friendly environment as well. OC Dugout, they always got some events going on over there. Max Market Pros, if you have a small business looking to grow, they do a good job of helping you do that. Mention Halos in the Infield. Rob, you've been here just about the whole time too, man. Thanks for the time. It's always fun to do these shows. I wish more would have come of it. I'm sure everyone watching wishes more would have came of it. It's so disappointing. I know you guys echo the same sentiment. We've been reading the comments. There's obviously just been so much happening in terms of trade. Normally we do read a lot more of these comments on the shows, but we got another trade. Brewers are acquiring Jordan Montgomery from the Diamondbacks. So there you go.
No.
Brewers did something, I guess. You know what I mean? A lot of people, because they have the best record in baseball, right?
They do. And it's, I mean, that's a team that could stand pat at that point in time, right? So what you're doing is actually working for you. So that makes sense overall for me when teams like this do it. But teams like the Angels, it's tough.
Yeah, exactly. Let me see. Okay, it's just a bunch of teams now posting that their deadline moves are official. I'm getting like 50 notifications now, but I mean, the Marlins, the Yankees, nothing new so far. If anything does break, we'll come on, but I can't imagine it's anything important anymore.
Yeah,
so thank you guys so much for
it.
your time. Yeah, Luis Rengifo was traded.
Mike Yastrzemski to the Giants? Or Royals, sorry.
Yeah. That happened seemingly, I think, about 20 minutes ago.
That's crazy. But what do you think, Fernando? One last question before you take off. The Blue Jays and the Brewers actually have the tied for the best record right now. Where do you think the Angels finish? Above or below 500? Keep it a little simple.
The Angels?
Mm-hmm.
I think we finish below 500 now. I think because all the other teams in the division got better, obviously, except for the A's. I think this is, and we saw a lot of division games, by the way, for anyone who might have forgotten. They just left us in the dust. This plan is going to backfire on their face so quickly. I think they might continue to win here for like the next week, maybe even to like mid-August. But by the time August is over, I think we're going to be left in the dust. I mean, we're already basically out of it division-wise. We're what, 8 games out right now in the division?
8.5. It's going to be 8.5 tonight.
And it's like 4 games out of the wild card going into today. We'll see what happens with the Mariners and Rangers. Obviously, one of them is going to win. So either way, that's not going to help us.
We're still going.
Yeah, and is finishing 5 to 7 games under 500 an improvement? Yeah, by default. But I would have much rather have them been smart this deadline, trade some of these disposable pieces. Rengifo, Moncada really aren't going to help us that much down the stretch. Moncada gets hurt every time he sneezes. Rengifo's hot right now. But, I mean, that guy's hot and cold all the time. You know what I mean? That guy is such a streaky hitter. You should have ridden the hot wave, gotten what you could for him, because every team is looking for depth no matter what, right? Same with Anderson. I mean, I understand Anderson isn't a sexy piece. Kyle Hendricks isn't a sexy piece, but there would have been a team. I have no problem believing they could have given you a low single A type guy for those guys. You know what I mean? And
Absolutely agree. Absolutely.
you know what I mean? And even if it's just salary dump, who cares? Um,
Wait, he says Rashawn just says Newman was just DFA'd. That's for real?
let's see. Angels
There's no
officially announced their
way.
trade. Newman was DFA'd. Yes, he was.
Just for Peraza? I mean Newman has been great, but he's doing better than this dude.
Yeah, Rhett Bollinger just reported it. So
I mean, when it rains, it pours, but you got to be kidding me, man. That's and you hit the nail on the head with Rengifo and Moncada. But what do you do now when Christian Moore comes back? One of these guys is on the bench, anyways. You just missed a golden opportunity to get rid of somebody, get something back for it because you can't play them all.
well, there you go. I mean, hey, don't worry.
But
Now we're gonna DFA this guy. Eduardo Peraza in like 3 days when Moore comes back.
and what do we owe Newman for DFAing him? No one's going to pick him up.
No.
Yeah, obviously, had to be asked to be traded. So we're going to owe all that money. We're going to pay for him to play on another team.
I mean, in all fairness, we didn't think that anyone was going to get like Renfro or Giolito when we DFA those guys. So
but we're stuck with Newman for next year too. That whole contract.
it was only a 1 year deal, wasn't it?
2, wasn't it? I believe. I thought it was a 2-year deal.
Now you got me second guessing myself. Let me see. And don't we still have to make another corresponding move?
So Christian Moore.
No. What? No, because he's only on the 10-day.
I'm sorry, you're correct. Newman did sign a 1-year deal. I apologize.
Yeah, for $2.5 million, which I believe is the exact same deal that Kyle Hendricks got.
And he had a club option at $2.5 million with a $250,000 buyout.
There you go. So I mean, you still owe him for the buyout, I'm guessing.
Yeah. Or if no one picks him up, you're gonna owe him.
Yeah, which I mean, come on, who's gonna pick him up? But for Andrew Chafin, we haven't made a move yet, right? Because Luis Garcia was added, but I don't think he was out of the roster yesterday. But I don't think Chafin's been formally added yet. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I don't think I've seen that move just yet. Because I know yesterday we didn't see it. Because I saw Luis Garcia was added to the roster, and technically he was in uniform yesterday, right?
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
So the active roster, he is not on it. You're correct.
Yeah. So there you go. So there's going to be another.
So there goes Carson Fulmer, might probably.
Wait, that's fine, I guess.
That's my guess.
Yeah, because Jose Tejada got let go yesterday for Luis Garcia. You think Quijada passes waivers again?
No, I think someone takes him. I really do. I believe there's teams out there that need pitching. If not, it's going to be the worst team too. I think it's the Dodgers. Guy has an electric fastball. He's had some control issues, and that team needs relief pitchers right now.
Yeah, I think Quijada would have been a lot better if they didn't have the 3-batter minimum. You know what I mean? I think if it was still, he could just be a lefty specialist, come in, face 1-2 guys. If you have 2 consecutive lefties, his career would be, significantly better for him. But when you got to face 3 straight guys, you really have to pick and choose when you use him. And, he does tend to get misused for that. Kevin Newman's a bit of a head scratcher. I wasn't the biggest Kevin Newman fan. I've clowned him many times. Some people give me a hard time.
But he's turning the corner, look like, a little bit. He's going in the right direction.
He's been hitting a little bit better, yeah. International bonus pool space. I don't know why we'd give that. I mean, we don't really make too many of those signings anyway. So
no.
Disappointing, Rob. Disappointing. There's no other way to put it. I feel like every time you and I record together, we're always disappointed. It's never at each other, luckily. So, at least we got that. It's always nice talking baseball with you, buddy.
It is.
But, man, I just wish we were talking about a much different deadline. It's just, I want to hit Ed Stream because we need to. And there's still a lot of people on. I think we're all just kind of sitting here in disbelief. You know what I mean? We're all just kind of like, okay, hey, all right. When's it going to happen, guys? Come on. I'm waiting for the news. It's just, once the stream goes offline and we all have to go back to just kind of living our lives, it all becomes real. And then tomorrow, Rengifo, Moncada, and all those guys are still going to be there. And it's going to be like, okay, great. So, yep.
Yeah. Hey, but everyone who's still here, please, if you haven't smashed that like button, subscribe for those of you who aren't subscribed. Keep all the good stuff coming.
Yeah, we appreciate you guys giving us a platform to do what we do. You know, it allows us to do things like donate backpacks and school supplies to needy kids in the area. That was really that was great last year. It allows us to sponsor, the Miracle League's teams around Orange County. We've gotten to do that the last 2 years. That's been a lot of fun too. I know Todd's really, really passionate about that. I think we all are here at the network. So, you guys giving us this platform allows us to do all that. You know what? Our organization might suck. This team might suck. Our front office might suck. A lot of sucking going around, really. It's a big old suck fest. But you know what? At least we got each other. At least we have this community. You guys always come on. You guys always support. I've said it before. I'll say it again. I'd rather have 4 quarters than 100 pennies. I know Rob feels the same way. Our community might not always be the biggest, but you know what? It's one of the loudest. It's one of the most fun. You guys
Absolutely.
let the ownership hear it when they need to. And you know what? We're not afraid to give praise either when the right moves take place. I'm sure if Perry would have sold, we all would have given him credit. We all would have said, hey, you know what? Let's do this. We had multiple of our guests say that this organization is hungry to sell. Sam Blum said it. Taylor Blake Ward said it. Jared Tim said it. We're not afraid for this team to suck, but we are afraid of this constant state of mediocrity because it means that things aren't going to get better. Some couples that are struggling, if any of couples have been through marriage counseling, couples counseling in any degree, you go to therapy and you kind of have that initial rush where there's damage to the relationship, right? Because A, you're being vulnerable enough to go to couples therapy, but B, you're sitting there and you're kind of picking apart the negative in your relationship, right? So for a couple days, maybe even a couple weeks, your relationship might get a little worse, but things have to get worse before they get better, right? And we can live with this organization sucking. If all of a sudden this team went on a 12-game losing streak because we're skidding because we got rid of these key pieces. Rengifo has been clutch. Ward has come through the clutch lately. And all of a sudden those guys aren't there. So we're going to suck and lose 10 of the next 14. You know what? I can live with that because I know that next year and the year afterward, these Matthew Lugo type guys that we just traded for are going to come around. And we're really excited for these Sam Alderghetti type guys that we also just traded for on top of Alderghetti and Lugo that were already here. That's just we all would have accepted that. We all would have been okay with embracing the suck a little bit to be good long term. Unfortunately, we can't even do that. So stay strong, my little winners, because we're all winners because we have each other.
Real quick, there's one comment here, and I want to address it, and then I'll be done for talking wise. Mario says, with this lack of movement, do you think the clubhouse is happy? And there's guys that are obviously going to be happy who think they can turn around. But the one thing I do like about this is challenging these young guys and these veterans to see, hey, are you really worth it? Are you the guys to go forward and build this team around? So that is something to look forward to watch these games because none of these guys want to be traded. So Taylor Ward, step up. Kenley Jansen, turn this bullpen around. Let's get these guys going. Get these young guys hyped. Get them to play ball. Mike Trout said the same thing. It's fun coming to these young guys at work. Now it's on them. Let's see if these guys can elevate this team. It's a tough stretch. Do I think they're going to make playoffs? I don't, guys. I really don't. But their key goal should be, let's see if we can get to above 500. Even if it's one game, it's going in the right direction overall. But it's just a challenge for them. And that's how they have to look at it right now. Because they should see, they're seeing what we're seeing, guys, right? They're seeing other teams elevate themselves, Seattle and Houston. So that's the one thing I am looking forward to watching because I'm still going to watch as much as I complain about what happened today and not very happy at all. I will still watch this team every single game.
Yeah, we're going to be here, right? We've been here for 4 years. We're going to continue to be here. We're going to cover this team no matter what. You know what I mean? When we first started this podcast, a lot of people were saying that we're not real fans. We're so critical. We're so negative. But you know what? We're still here. We've been here for 4 years. You know what I mean? To the slow growth and everything of the podcast network, and that's not your guys' fault who watch routinely. Maybe it's ours. Maybe it's the type of content we create. Who knows? But you know what? We essentially create content for ourselves, right? We find like-minded people in the community who love us and appreciate for us. We echo that same sentiment. That's why we do all these, softball games, tailgates, all that kind of fun stuff. And we've really created a tight-knit community. We're all still going to be here. We're all still going to support this team. But for anyone out there who's critical of us, who chant, sell the team, who say things like F Artie. It's because we're so tired of the narrative not shifting. Things aren't going to get better until Artie finally sells the team. I'm not alone in saying that. Everyone here in this comment section agrees. They've been saying that for almost 4 hours now. You know, sell isn't just today. We didn't just want to sell at the deadline. We wanted the organization sold. And there's a lot of people who say, like, well, what if the other owners don't spend a lot of money like Artie does? Because Artie spends money. I've said it before. I'll say it again. Rob, who cares if we get a new owner and they don't sell? It's not like Artie's winning by buying all this talent.
Yeah.
You know, we keep bringing guys in. I mean, like Ty Buttrey said, the nice thing about joining the Angels and being in the Angels organization is, you know, they're always going to have big names. You know, I mean, right now we haven't really bought any big names, but they bought Rendon, they bought Hamilton, they bought Gary Matthews, you know, they bought Pujols, just to name a couple of the guys. So they're always trying to buy these names. It never pans out, but the Angels are always going to try. That's what I got today, Rob. I think I need to take a melatonin and go to sleep.
Hey, thanks for everything today, man. It was a great show.
Yeah, no, absolutely, Rob. I know we'll still be complaining about this probably for hours in the Halos in the Infield Messenger chat. So on behalf of all of us, once again, guys, thank you guys so much for the support. Can't say it enough. If you don't already follow us at Halos in the Infield on absolutely everything. Subscribe on the YouTube. We've been popping off on Twitter all day. Most of the followers we have. I mean, how crazy to see that number, Rob?
That's insane. It's absolutely insane.
Yeah, just about 1,000 people. So thank you guys. Thank you so much for your time. Have a great night. We're going to get through this. I promise the sun will rise tomorrow, and we will unfortunately be cheering for our Angels once again as we start this latest series. Have a great night, everybody. Bye.